Alright, this is the final attempt, chat. If it doesn't work, I give up. Alright, it's actually just 720p and locking me. Whatever. Whatever, I give up. I give up, chat. We are not as tenacious as we once were. We no longer care. I give up on the 720p thing. Anyways, anyone coming in immediately on this, patch 11.0 releases November 25th, according to Saber Interactive's community manager. So if you're like fresh into the VOD for whatever reason, now you know. After you heard me rant about being stuck in 720p, that's besides the point. Now, Hayes is about to finish up Fall of Atreus, and we're gonna go do that. Yeah, it's still 720p on Twitch, dude. I don't fucking know. I don't even care anymore. I don't know why it's doing that to me. I'll fix it tomorrow. We live how you are, YOTG 10 days and counting. True. We're good. I never know. It's been an irritating morning. I was just stuck troubleshooting like 50 bajillion things. What you gonna do? Both Hayes and I were talking about the fact that like Space Marine 2, having these content drops. If you're a console player, you haven't had a proper content drop, like a year. Not a year, since September, excuse me, not a fucking year. What the hell am I saying? Point is, you know how much I sacrificed? True, Norman. I mean, that was Bosran that said that, but true. No. Alright. Anyways, I have most of the old books too. The art is just nostalgia bait for me. There's a lot of good 40k art. There's also a lot of fucking cringe AI art for it, but... I did not ask for... Alright, let's, as 11.0 comes out November 25th, according to Saber. Now, there are some other things I want to talk about. I feel like we're probably going to get a power sword on the tactical hero because, first of all, Joy Toy recently had a collaboration with Space Marine 2, and the new Joy Toy model for their Ultramarine has a power sword, and not only does it have a power sword, it has a power sword with like this skin attached to it. Or actually, can't show it, obviously, but because it's a tactical, but it has the survivor skin. So it's probably coming. I have a feeling. Maximum bonkage, I presume. Oh, it'll be maximum bonk. What's up, guardsman? What's up, Kermit? We are currently about to bop some heads. Brazen console style. Brazen claw style, excuse me. It actually kind of fits. Look at that. Or the Iron Hands. Imagine, like, how the fuck does an outfit color scheme like this pop out of the Iron Hands? That's my question. How does that happen, chat? Whack-a-mole against Chaos Spawn. I just thought it'd be funny. We didn't really know what the fuck to do, so we thought it'd be funny if we just played some whack-a-mole. God damn, dude. Gotta play Clown Marines, though. Okay, I'm gonna educate Hayes on the fabled lore. I don't think Hayes knows a ton about the 40k lore, but we're gonna educate him on some successor chapters today. And we'll do that. Right back. Then also, I have a video tomorrow. Mystery Froggy talking about whether or not Titus is kind of overshadowing some main characters right now and how the tabletop is probably going to be affected by 500 Worlds, because going forward, the 40k video games are probably going to be impacting the tabletop quite directly. We'll see. Now. Titus on his way to become the Ultramarines Dante? Pretty much. Pretty much. The Jester Marine. Alright. Games Workshop is stuck in the corporate Barbie mindset. They want that one face to sell their entire damn franchise. I mean, it worked for Halo. Still does. They want a Master Chief. I'm already tired of Titus. I'm not. He hasn't really been around too much. I like my guy. Alright, let me go knock. Oh, he's almost done. What is he playing? He's playing the Block Axe. Block Axe right now is super fun. With the, he's not playing Block Axe, but the Axe is pretty damn fun. Currently. It's about to get way more fun. Tice is good. I am tired of Ultra Smurfs. You guys don't like Ultramarines? I think Ultramarines are pretty cool. Not like the coolest thing ever, but definitely pretty cool. Ah yes, John Halo, the helmetless Spartan. Pretty much. That's what he is. Now, Thunderhammer time. Mainstream 4K stuff could use more chapters other than Smurfs, to be fair. I mean, that's something we go into, is that on the tabletop, you really don't see a lot of Ultramarine players. Like, even if you look at the tournaments, Ultramarines are not played that often. Most people are playing Space Wolves and Blood Angels, even if we take Meta Chasers into account. But in the games, we see a ton. Like, in the games and marketing, Ultramarines are fucking everywhere. And the books, too. But they're not actually on the tabletop that much. It's like, usually someone will go in, they'll see the big fat Ultramarine on the poster, and they'll buy something else, like AdMech, like maybe Tau if they're fucked up in the head for some reason, and Necrons and stuff like that. Personally, I think Necrons have the best aesthetic in 40k for like a Xenos faction. Other than them are Eldari. This game is boring. Which one they take to have? Even in Space Marine 2, it's salamanders and angels everywhere. Exactly. I'm a Blood Angels enthusiast like you, so I find them without flaws so boring. That's what I'm saying. Necrons are also slowly getting the best books, well, I think part of that is because Games Workshop is making a major push to have Tyranids and Necrons at the forefront of 40k. And because of that, Necrons are now getting a ton more books, which means just, you know, they get more opportunities to have a good book versus like an Eldari or a Drukhari. Like, how many books for Drukhari are there actually? Not a ton. Just comparatively. I see some Raven Guard often. Yeah, because Raven Guard... I feel like Raven Guard fans have been making a comeback. They're pretty fucking cool. We do like Raven Guard. Beaky Boys. Lightning Claws, though. That would go fucking crazy in this game. Alright. Interesting drip, Emperor of Dripkind. You like the Jester Marine, Brazen Claw? We have a, what's the other one? Subjugator? Could make a Sons of Medusa. It'll be crazy when we team with Necrons for 2 seconds to fuck up Tyranids. That might happen. Alright, let's see here. I don't know, guys. What's your favorite Xenos faction in 40k? It's a choice, Emperor of Driftkind. I mean, Brazen Claws. How the fuck did a successor chapter like this pop out of the Iron Hands is my question. Like, they don't even look... Hold on, they don't even look remotely close. Like, what the fuck is this? I'll give him a robot arm. You're in his person. Also, what's up, FTG? What's up, Beachav? Necrons. Necrons are hard not to like. Eldar are the best Xenos and Necrons second best. Eldar are pretty good. Okay. Anyways, what we got here? Orcs for Daka. Nice try, Inquisitor. I am a true Astartes fan. Listen, Imperium is the best faction by far, but... we do fuck with Necrons, okay? I'm gonna knock on his shit immediately. Let's join. What the helly? Is this working? All right. Look at that, how easy. What's up, man? Sorry, I was having a unfortunate 720p event in my chat. You're locked. Yeah, we were today. I was trying to fix it, but to no avail. Unfortunately, though. But today we're rocking Thunderhammers if you were down. Who also take the Brazen Claws. Do you know about the successor chapter, the Brazen Claws, Hazeman? Well, let me make sure you're on my actual thing. So the Iron Hands, they have a... Oh shit, let me turn on music. So the Iron Hands have a successor chapter called the Brazen Claws. They look like Jester Marines. Basically, I'll send you a photo, or you can look at my stream. But this is our chosen outfit today.
Sounds good. To be fair, it's not on Assault. I usually play Red Talons. They're like I like them because everyone thinks that they're Blood Angels, and I'm like, no. Actually, but actually,
they're kind of like Blood Angels, like the Flesh Tearers, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So what map are you playing? What map we got here? Actually, I'm gonna invite you in.
anything but Fall of Atreus, basically. I'll take anything.
My invite code.
Let me just...
Actually, I probably just copy pasted that to you, huh?
If you... I can't see it anywhere. Can you set it on disk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 1 second.
Right, I've got your stream up now. I can stop being useless.
Chat, let me know if our audio levels are the same. You know. So, Hayes, how do you feel about the November 25th release date?
Sorry, I just had to wake myself back up again because I've fallen asleep waiting for this slow-ass update.
It's been like
feelings
over 2 months for a console player, dude. It's
everything.
nuts.
You said that earlier, and I was already feeling sorry for myself. As soon as you mentioned the console players, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, they haven't had
Those
anything
poor
since the...
souls.
God damn, dude. Oh, Chad, what do you guys think?
If we're dual hammering, do you want to go... Which... Do you want to go assault or bull?
I'll do an assault, and then I can do bull next.
Sounds good.
I got time for release, too. Let's see. Which one do you want to do? Inferno? I mean, it's usually pretty fun to bop people on.
Sounds pretty good. Right, I'm going to need all the cosmetic assistance here. So you are... Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you. Hold on. So basically, let me select a little picture in chat, in the Discord chat. You're really just a jester, Marine. All you are.
What? Which red have you gone with?
I sort of like red. Actually, it's Mephisto on red, I believe. One.
You know, if we're going to do this, I'm going to do it right.
No, I took Wild Rider red.
On the wrong class already. Derp.
Hayes audio rises a little bit more when the gameplay starts. I'm gonna turn down the game a bit.
Fist on red. Wait, did you say? Oh no, Wild Rider.
Yeah, Wild Rider. What's the plan for today? We're gonna be doing some Thunderhammer duos, and then we're gonna probably do something else, maybe.
Which is the blue?
We'll see. Night Lord's blue. The
The
classic.
wrong way around. Good start.
Now, do you agree?
This might take me a minute.
No, don't worry about it. It's you know, these guys are actually notoriously hard to paint in the tabletop. Like this, like the intersection.
I've always looked at the ones that are like split down the middle or across and thought, why would you do that to yourself? To have to get such a clean line on it, it must be a nightmare.
They're very hard to paint. These guys.
Imagine.
They also look ugly, so like I don't know why you would paint them.
Your red and blue has never really been my go-to.
I mean, it's the Clown Marine.
That makes sense. Is there a specific like armoring like we went through last time? My drip control is pretty bad, and
we'll look at it in post.
Okay. I'll drop any Death Watch stuff.
I mean, so far that's not a bad red talent. That's where you're supposed to be here.
I've gotten pretty good at not mixing chapter things now. Like,
I mean, your last one a while back was actually cursed. But you do have the Dark Krakens next. You know, next update, the Dark Krakens come out.
I'm so excited. Yep, couldn't be happier, dude.
They're relatively new in lore too. Those guys.
Yeah. There's not a lot of backstory going on with them, right? Which hammer? Or
I took a gold hammer.
Yeah, let's see.
I might take the bronze one though for the red effect. Actually, we should do that.
Say the gold one.
Like bronze. You have that one? Sure you do.
Oh yeah, if you get it from Siege, I've got it.
Yeah, at this point.
Let's go bolt pistol.
The ironic thing about the Thunderhammer is the Discord server I'm in is doing an
for the
event
hammer,
where we can only use those.
Because I was trying to get this
Right now, just like Aftershock improved, and I believe the perk down here after Aftershock is bugged still until patch 11. The perk offense initiated I don't think is very good. I just go all the way down the bottom, and then I just pick up things like Majora Slayer. I mean, you could skip Dead End for like offense initiated, but to be honest, I don't think it matters all that much right now. Like next patch will definitely get better. The overcharge buff.
Yeah, that's gonna be so fun.
6.
I mean, my guy's actually got gold trim on already. That's quite nice. Oh, we got a skeleton on our back. That's no good. That's not going to fly.
The door. Back. I wish they could add Retributors, a chapter from Astartes. They might do that in the
There are
redacted
so
one.
many helmets in this game now. Not that I'm complaining, but trying to find my Mark 7 that doesn't have a Laurel. Oh, got it.
You know, on the note of new content, did you hear there was like a Joy Toy thing where Joy Toy recently did a collaboration with Space Marine 2, and the tactical figurine they have now has a power sword with like the survivor skin? That's still been talking, like whether or not we're gonna get a power sword.
That's what the joy. I think I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it somewhere. It keeps popping up for me, and I had no idea what it was. But they just look like really awesome figurines. As someone
Very
who loved
overpriced.
Gundams, I can imagine. But they looked super good, like really good detail and stuff, and they looked very modeled after the game. So yeah, makes sense. Power sword on assault. Sorry, on attack. That's sounds illegal to me, but who am I to decide?
It sounds illegal to you? You don't think that should be on TAC?
I think TAC is so offensive as it is. Having a power, I don't know actually, because the whole synergy of the, you know, when you get a perfect block or parry, you put the Auspex on them, whatever that's called. That with the chainsword skip is like, it's such an unreal strong combo. I don't actually know how the power sword would top that.
I think it's more so to be like for fun. It's like right now,
yeah.
I don't know. Where would you rank the melee weapons currently? Do you think? Because I think next patch block axe is probably the best. It's already the best in game for certain builds. But
yeah, yeah. So do you mean for 10 or 11?
Yeah, let's fuck it both.
Melee weapons. Right now, Power Fist for sure on top. It depends on the class. Like for assault, I would say for assault and Van, I would say the axe beats the chainsword, but then obviously
yeah, I definitely
attack
agree with
the
that.
chainsword is stronger in melee. It's kind of weird.
Block axe is also better for like certain scalings on things like bulwark and assault ground pound times.
Yeah, the
I would
assault
say
power axe is dumb.
I would say currently Power Fist is probably the top. Like next patch, I feel like the knife might be the worst weapon in the game, or that, or the
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder Hammer is really good for the AoE now. Like, there are situations I just think to myself, like, there's no way a combat knife is doing that easily versus, like, 15 Chaos Spawn.
It's an interesting one with a combat knife. Because
thank you, House of
I've
Chronicles,
used it
for
on
the raid.
attack for fun. And notice that it, like, if you do the light attack and then the heavy thing, it does have relatively decent AoE. It's not as, like, directional as the chainsword's little animation skip, but it's not terrible. Like I've gone through some missions with it and been like, it's pretty solid damage. Like if the chainsword wasn't so strong, maybe I'm just.
I think the combat knife is good. I think it's good on like I think
Yeah.
it's definitely best on sniper currently.
Yeah.
Obviously
Yeah, for
not
sure.
including the Power Gladius. That's like about to get buffed. That one's cracked. It's an S tier weapon for sure.
What's the shoulder thing? What decals have you got? Have you not? You're not going.
Oh,
with
I
them?
just covered them.
Oh, okay, easy. Thanks. That makes my life much easier.
Yeah, we don't have any official packs. You can make a Sons of Medusa, like another Iron Hand successor, because all the Iron Hand successor chapters actually got leaked. The data mine recently.
Are they? Oh, are they gonna have? Is Red Talons in there?
Yeah, it's for Red Talons, Brazen Claws,
Fuck yeah, bro.
and Sons of Medusa, of course, because they're the most famous, and Iron Lords, the
Easy.
pants wearers. What they look like, man. Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm almost done. We just color these shoulders and we're golden.
25th, still the rough date we got running with. It's probably going to be the exact date. I'd be pretty shocked if they didn't tell us.
Have you
Or if
noticed
they
how
told
like
us.
out of sync the heroic shoulder colors are? Like on my blood,
Oh yeah.
on my red talons thing, I have to go a whole shade brighter for the shoulder to actually match the rest of the set. It's completely
It's like that for the some of the arms too.
yes, the ones you got from the ordeals.
Yes, those. Definitely. This game is really strange, and like they're like little things you don't notice until you're like, wait, what the hell is going on? Like after a while of playing. I heard you talking about it earlier. The parry phase bug in this game. That's probably the worst bug in the entire game currently. Because you were also echoing the complaint I have, where like the Rubric Marines will phase through your attack or phase through your parry, go into you, and it's always their lunging
Yeah.
attack, and it'll completely set you off.
I've crashed out over it so many times. The guys in my channel are so bored of hearing about it, but it's never not super frustrating because you rely on the perfect block to actually happen. Like you're planning ahead. You're like, right, I'll get this perfect block, and then I'll do like my attack, or I'll pull back for the next one, and then it doesn't happen. But you also don't get hit. It's just so jarring. It takes you out of the flow of like the combat you're in. Yeah. I find it really hard to just ignore when it happens. But anticipating it, I guess, is part of knowing the game.
I feel like, I mean, it's like a, how do we put this? It's a fundamental game mechanic that works like 90% of the time. I think that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Imagine if you said that for any other game, where it's like, okay, here's a fundamental game mechanic, and Dark Tide only works like 90% of the time. Your block only works 90% of the time.
The best example I can think of like where a quirk is really unintuitive but it is learnable is the Tyranid Whip warriors.
Yes.
When they do their like 4-piece combo, it's so unintuitive. You have to block so late. However, it's pretty consistent. Like it's wrong, but if you learn it the wrong, like if I don't know how to explain it, you can still learn it, even though you basically have to ignore what you're seeing and just go with what you know, as opposed to just reacting. Whereas with those shoulder charges from the rubrics, it's just piss. It's so unreliable. There's no like rhyme or reason to it. It just sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, with the parry phase, it's just like sometimes it happens. I'm pretty sure that Saber doesn't know how to fix it, or they would have already.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple of bugs like that, like the N7 error, they don't know how to fix it. They said as much.
Because I heard with that one, they were saying that they said they were going to address it, and then in a future post they were like, oh, actually it's a pretty core integral problem with the game and we can't actually do anything about it. And they said this pretty quietly, and no one really followed through with it. No, I think it was like a post on either the disc or something like that. I remember someone linking something to me, like it was a comment somewhere where they just went, the N2 is actually an unsolvable problem.
There was one comment that one of the community managers left, and I'm like, dude, if their boss saw that, if I get fired for saying as much.
Yeah.
Where it was like, they were talking about like, I love the game being hard, too hard for players, so they cry, and I'm like, I don't think that's what you should be saying as the community manager. Like, you know, it's just. Guys, let me know if the game audio is too loud.
Is there even like much benefit to doing the double charge for this? Or do you just go for the one crack and then send it?
The double charge, it can help sometimes, but it's gonna be a lot better next patch because right now the overcharge perk doesn't do anything with it. Second hit.
Yeah. Oh, that's still broken in the thing, isn't it? I think Zambit was. I tuned into a Zambit stream for a bit, and he was like, "Oh, look at that! The damage value is exactly the same on like the follow-up hit."
That one might be broken. I know that you can get a. I know 4-4 was saying that you can get the whatchamacallit, the Rubric Marine Breakpoint off of a single charge with overcharge now, so that is good.
Oh, okay.
But
what am I shooting for? I need more hammer. Oh, perfect. Let's go.
It looks so fucking goofy.
It's great. The coordinated goof. I'm so bad at Bulwark.
Oh, very nice of them to all line up.
Have you ever heard the expression, cut your nose off to spite your face?
I have not, actually. I think I've heard it once.
That's me with Bulwark. For no reason. I just never play it. And even though it's like super strong, I'm so bad with it. I have more survivability playing a tack than a Bulwark, which is just the dumbest thing.
I feel like the real winner of next patch is going to be Vanguard. Vanguard, I think he went up an entire tier.
Yeah, I agree.
He's really good now. That kick is just...
Yeah, well, the kick, the axe, and the instigator are all, like, super cool. Like, just buffs.
That's how he wants to play this. Two Jester Marines, that is us.
I'm just getting carried by, is it Intimidating Aura? The parry insta-kill, it feels like. Yep.
Oh, sorry, did I yank that from you?
No, it's fine.
Intimidating Aura is cracked. That thing like single-handedly wiped bosses. I'm kind of shocked it hasn't been nerfed yet, but to be fair, Saber, I hear a lot of people in this game say that Saber nerfs all the time. I'm like, what have they really nerfed though? But
Multi-Malta, I'm still salty.
that was more of a bug though. That wasn't in the game the entire time.
Let's discuss that for a second, because right, if it was, I agree that they introduced it without mentioning it, which would basically say that's 100% a bug. However, the fact that they immediately nerfed it in PvP but left it in PvE, and then later on were like, oh, we're reverting this change we made when addressing the PvE side of it. They never referred to it as a bug. Like, I literally can't tell if they accidentally did it or they did it on purpose and forgot to mention it. You never know. However, I wish when they were nerfing it that they hadn't taken away the double tap. They had just nerfed the damage. So it was like, because it was a semi-entertaining way to play. More entertaining than the Multi-Melter is naturally, in my opinion.
It was definitely with like the triple shot. I mean,
yeah.
It was OP. I don't think it was any more OP than some of the other OP things in the game.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I don't know. People thought it was pretty obscene. I did manage to get to like... I completed wave 27 on True Solo with it. It was that strong.
Yeah, Multi-Melta was definitely on crack. This patch is also just like nice because it came out in a patch where Chaos Spawn are also here now, so it gets added benefit. Plus,
yeah,
I think Chaos. How do you feel about Chaos Spawn? That's a great question.
I actually don't mind them. I was actually saying to chat earlier that it's I've played against them enough this patch to be pretty consistent on getting the parries and stuff. Like, I don't find it that bad now. It was hard at first, but now I just, without watching them too closely, I know when I need to block and dodge.
I agree. I think it's
consistent.
Like Sword Warriors, where when everyone started the game, everyone started fighting Sword Warriors, and now people understand the moveset.
Yeah.
Though there are more Chaos Spawn, but
they nerfed the number of spawns, didn't they? Slightly.
Yes, they did. Pretty noticeably. There used to be like 8 tentacle guys that come out at once. But I think their intention with that patch was they wanted to have like, oh wait, you guys hate range? Here are a ton of melee Chaos Spawn. And then the player base are like, wait a second, this player base can't parry very well, so they all got like completely shit on. And people got very mad.
They do have a habit of when they introduce a new mob as well to make it significantly difficult, more difficult than everything else around it. Like, I would say the warriors were much easier to deal with, like even just learning in the first place. Because the Chaos Spawns, it was more subtle. Like, firstly you had the 3 different types, or 2 or 3 different types. And it can be hard to tell what moves you're going to get. And then secondly, they kind of become a blobby mess on top of each other. Whereas with the warriors, it's a bit more distinct and predictable. But yeah, I understood where people were coming from.
They're definitely harder than warriors, definitely. They just have like the turreted warriors are very slow arc to their swings, and the Chaos Spawn will just spam you. So that's definitely harder for players. The timings are just objectively harder, but I think they're good for Chaos because the moment you aren't fighting Chaos Spawn, or you are not fighting Chaos Spawn, the game just feels way worse versus Chaos. Like, Rubric Marines are still annoying.
Yeah, for sure. I literally in the Atreus run I was doing then, I was like, oh cool, I've run out of ammo on my assault. If one of these Rubrics enrages, I can't reliably get close to it and attack it without it just blasting me in the face. Like, because I can't stun it, so it might just shoot a burst and I die.
Yeah, Spawn sometimes it's rough. Feels like you mess one parry and you're done. Someone in the chat said that the Chaos Spawn feels very rough because it feels like you miss one parry and you're done. That can definitely happen.
Yeah,
but I feel that's mainly versus the the tentacle guys. The tentacle ones are definitely
Yeah.
the hardest, I think, for most
They're
people.
the ones with the big combo.
They'll slap you up.
Whippity whip whip.
Since Chaos Spawn, I get shot to death way
I
less.
forgot to get
Definitely.
rid of the rating icon, and I'm deeply embarrassed for taking this
Big
time.
rating icon.
We're getting carried over here.
I talked about the Jeff and I talked about healing perks in this game a little bit, and people got
I saw.
mad about us.
It became a discussion. You started something.
I saw there was like video inception where somebody saw our video and then somebody made a post about the video, and then somebody made a post about the post of the video, and then somebody made a video about the post responding to the post of the video. So it was.
Just becomes a bit of an echo chamber. But that's how you know you've got a contested topic, though, is if like people keep adding on and on and on and like taking sides quite strong.
I put out a community poll after that to see how many players wanted healing in the game on all classes, and I've seen it.
What do you think is better though? To listen to the like decent, like the not trying to be like derogatory, but the players who are good, like the 10% who are like good at the game, or the 70% that are like. Which opinion do you listen to as a developer? What's more important, the game being like?
I would say
good on its top end or only the bottom.
It's one of those things where, you know, okay, so you don't want to balance the game around exclusively the top percent or the bottom percentile, because that's just not good for anybody.
100%.
But the issue I see come up a lot is that the things people want. Oh, you just got fucking beamed. I saw that. That was mean.
Oops. I didn't see the other one doing it. I feel like there are a lot of games that are good examples of both sides, where they balance it around the top players and the casual base just falls off and ergo the game dies. Or they only focus on the casual base, so the competitive scene also dies. And it's like, you're walking a bit of a tightrope. I do feel sorry for developers.
I think Space Marine 2's player base is very much casual, primarily.
Yeah, there's not really a competitive scene to cater to be
no, like it's mostly just like, I mean, like solos and stuff like that, just for fun for the most part. Most players don't even know the difference between like how difficult some of these things are, which is just because if you go to Darktide's true solo communities vary. Has been around for a very, very long time. Because Darktide's like very obvious when you want that relic or take it.
Yeah, I'll banner over there.
Yeah, I've talking about this. I've had a lot of conversations, or I should say, more so arguments in a comment section with people who are like, "No, I bought the game. I'm gonna play all the game." And you know, on the one hand, you don't want to be like, "Get good, you fucking casual," because that's not like a very nice response to somebody. Like, you want to listen to them, and the casual player base is important. But where I disagree with all the arguments that I've seen is that what they want to do is they want to take away the hard difficulty from the game entirely and make all difficulties easier. So what you're doing at that point, is you're removing the option for someone who wants to actually learn the game to play a version of the game they like. And the alternative is they could turn down their difficulty. Whether or not the difficulties are properly balanced for a casual player to have fun, that's a different story. But like, you know, if we look at normal siege mode. Normal siege mode is much easier than hard siege, and a lot of people still liked it a lot because they got that power fantasy of killing a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
But substantial doesn't really provide that, I feel, in the operations.
So this is gonna sound like it's such a dick comment, but I've never done an operation below absolute, and I've never done normal siege. So I don't have the comparison. Is it just that the mobs die easier, or are there less mobs and stuff like that?
There are fewer mobs, and they have less HP. So it's very,
Isn't that just... this is why I didn't PvE until Siege came out anyway, is I found it initially boring. Like, I did a couple operations with a group, and because I didn't find the challenge in it, it wasn't appealing. Like, I didn't get into it. Whereas, when Siege came out, I was like, oh, okay, it actually just gets incredibly hard. Suddenly there's a visceral challenge in front of me that I can actually sink my teeth
yeah, Siege mode is definitely the hardest content in the game currently. I would say like the highest ways of siege just have such a ridiculous scaling. DMS Recon says they want easier access to higher difficulty, and that's got to be gate kept. At some point, harder difficulties will just be gatekeeping automatically. I feel that's kind of their whole point. But, like, you know, you can't make a difficulty for everybody. Like at some point.
Is it necessary for everyone to be able to do the hardest difficulty? Isn't that the whole point of it being a hardest difficulty? I was talking earlier, and I was saying it would be nice if you could have, like, if there was, if Absolute had, like, 3 guaranteed terminus, like, it would make the operations more interesting. But people were a bit like, maybe for you. So I don't know.
All according to the Emperor's.
I mean, part of it does come down to gamer egos in some cases, where it's like, you know, if you were to ask a player, like, the easiest way to ask them would be like, if you want to be a dick, you'd be like, all right, are you shit? Do you think you're shit at the game? And like a lot of them will say no, but like, oh, it's only a top 1% player that can do X, Y, or Z. It's like, I don't think it is only a top 1% player that can complete Absolute. I just don't think that's true, or like can complete 3 terminus. But I do feel like you have to listen to your casual players. And some people just don't want to turn down their difficulty. They want to play on the hardest difficulty, and their idea of unfair is anything that kills them.
Yeah.
That'll always
I mean,
be
don't
true
get me wrong,
for some
there is
games.
bullshit in this game. Like, there is, like,
Truly.
unavoidable, annoying shit. However, the more I play, the more in control I feel, and it just never really goes backwards. He says, like,
Most of the shit that kills you is like a stun lock at a certain point.
Yeah. Grabs get you super low, and then one small mistake and you die. I feel like grabs are quickly becoming like the predominant reason I ever crash out of a run.
Like it's grabs and bugs, really.
Yeah, and by grabs I mean when you go into an animation, the alert for the grab comes up, and you get grabbed before you can, like, you literally, is an impossible scenario. The only thing you can do is not get into a long animation beforehand. I'm an idiot. You don't need it. Where you going, son?
Get bopped. Torrent player says, nah man, I'm trashing this game, but I don't need to make it easier because there's no skill grow happening then. I think that's the point. I think it's a fundamental disconnect between this game's player base and, like, well, half of this game's player base and the other half, or even less than half, is like what people want out of a game. Because not everybody engages with the game the same way. Like, not everybody's interested in learning a game. A lot of players just want to play a game for fun and just talk about.
Yeah, fully understood.
Especially in this game, where it's like, I feel like Space Marine 2 has a lot of 40k fans, more so than games fans. Because in Darktide, Darktide has significantly harder content than Space Marine 2 does. Like, Havoc 40 and Darktide, maybe, like, actually 1% of the player base will ever touch that.
Right, okay.
But nobody complains about it, because the player base knows, like, okay, I'm just gonna play Malice, and that's where I'm gonna play my game. And, like, Havoc is very clearly for people that aren't me. But that was in Space Marine 2, and you have to also keep in mind, there are like entire armor sets locked behind this ridiculous difficulty in that game. And I feel like the fundamental community is just so different between the games, because in that game nobody really complains, but if that happened in this game, people would never shut up about it.
See, cosmetic reward, like, it's my... So I'm a long-term WoW player, and in WoW you've got stuff like Arena, and for a long time, which is like an extremely competitive... I mean, 3v3 Arena is one of the hardest gaming things that I've competed in. Like, more so, I found it harder than, like, Counter-Strike, and I played Counter-Strike at Global and things like that. Arena would have, like, these really sick armor sets that were locked behind a rating barrier. And it was, like, people used to get really mad about that. But, however, if you unlocked it, you felt like the giggest Chad that ever existed. It was like, such a reward. But it comes down to, like, what's better, like the majority or the few. Who do you cater towards?
Now, you weren't around for the lethal difficulty helmet that came out, so I mean, you were, but you weren't playing the PvE
I wasn't.
at that point.
I just did it with some friends that were better than me, that carried me basically. So I had that luxury.
Yeah,
I didn't have to suffer it.
Lethal difficulty, when it first came out, was probably like one of the hardest bits of content this game has ever seen, because we didn't have prestige perks yet. We didn't have there were no prestige perks at the time. All the melee weapons were worse. A lot of the guns were worse. There was a tight formation thing that like had that forced you into armor, and a lot of the enemies were still overtuned. It wasn't until Siege came out that like Spore Mines had like an 80% damage reduction. It was pretty brutal. The grenade launcher was OP.
Having to stay next to each other thing was a bit ridiculous. I remember hearing about that.
There was a they pumped out a hotfix in a week and got rid of it. That's how bad it was. That definitely up there. But players were crashing out over the survivor helmet being like tied behind lethal difficulty on like all the ops.
Did you have to do each op on lethal?
I forget what it was. It was something that was very hard for like a very casual player to do.
Yeah.
I remember. And they nerfed the difficulty, and people were like, "Oh, this doesn't count if you lethal helmet after." It was like a bunch of gatekeeping. And I do feel like, you know, I think cosmetic rewards and titles and stuff like that are really good for this game. Now, you don't play Dark Tide, and I talk about Dark Tide all the time because so that's just the other horde shooter I play, but
Yeah.
But in Dark Tide, they have titles, they have penances that take you like 1,000+ hours to get. And you came from WoW, or like, you know, MMOs like WoW, RuneScape, and stuff like that.
I get the
they
grind.
all have having that long-term grind. That's good for you in a game, I think.
100%. Like, what are we doing in Space Marine right now?
Playing as
Like,
Clan Marines.
Yeah, because there's nothing for us to grind towards. There's nothing. Like, I get that they've tried to do this with the stratagems and the heroic weapons. They've given a longer term grind, but also, I think, I don't know, for the accolades and the rewards you get from them, I think they should maybe do more frequent, smaller updates. Like, maybe not have new heroic weapons added every major content patch, like 11, 12, 13. Maybe have like a few more. Like, instead of releasing 8 for the patch, release 5 to start with, and then another 5 later, or no. Just give us a little bit more and a little bit more frequently, and you've got like a decent long-term grind.
For the heroic weapons, I think definitely would help. I feel like a big issue in this game with the grind is that if you want to give players who are super dedicated to your game, I said this yesterday, that like if you're playing 1,000 hours of Space Marine 2, you're already Saber's bitch. Like, you're just gonna play every single update that comes out, no matter what. So if Saber wants to just like make people happy, like a little bit more happy, you can pretty much just give them like a little benefit, like just one title that takes a while to get, or like something that's really hard. It's not like super substantial.
Give me titles.
Yeah, titles are big. I was actually thinking about the game director for Space Marine 2. He will do interviews and stuff like that. There was a while ago. I don't know if you ever saw that, the one that Dimitri did. I think it was Dimitri.
I have feelings on the Dimitri. I can't tell if it's just like a culture thing, but the putting your name on every fucking little bit of information regarding like decisions or the game, I just take it badly. It seems weird to me. Maybe it is a culture thing, but I can't tell if it's someone just like taking credit for all the decisions that happen, or I mean, maybe it's a responsibility thing, and it's I'm just looking at it poorly.
I mean, maybe game devs can be a little, I wouldn't say necessarily up their own ass, but like a little in love with their own balance at times. I definitely noticed that in multiple games, where like they'll be like, oh, like obviously the players are wrong. This is a great balance decision. I just want more often 50 tournaments, relic parade mission, while playing stratagems.
I've talked to my brother about like a lot of the Saber stuff with like the develop process and things like that, because he's worked in game development for quite a while, and it seems like a lot of it is that they had a pretty solid A team of developers and programmers and things like that who got the game out the gate. And then as soon as the real bulk of the work, and this is probably something that's like common across all games, but the real bulk of the work has been done, now it's down to like a maintenance team almost, where there's a few creatives to kind of like implement new things, but for the most part, it's people who weren't there to build it from the ground up. And it kind of leans into the whole spaghetti coding thing and inability to fix core issues, because they just don't have the original people who worked on it. They've been put on, you know, they're like the A team of that developer. They get put onto the new project because that's where they're going to make the company more money.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And I would say, did you see the 500 Worlds reveal for Titus in Captain now?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so what I think has happened here is that Games Workshop for a very long time, the narrative, they've been pushing for a more core storyline with like Necrons and Tyranids, and now we have Titus fighting the Necrons. He's immediately moving into the tabletop. I think what they saw is that Space Marine 2 is like their gateway drug for a bunch of players to get into tabletop, and they saw, like, this game was a shock success, surely. And
Yeah, 100%. Way more than they thought.
so their options after that were like, okay, we can double down support on Space Marine 2, which they kind of did, because I don't think we would have gotten year 2 without the success of year 1 and like the initial success of the game. But
Agree.
so like that's kind of like their middle ground for that. But as far as their major option, I think they chose to like really focus development on Space Marine 3, and they're gonna try to make that their major live service game, because that's what they want for their franchise. Like, that's really what they want for Warhammer as a franchise, and that's kind of what they've been doing. Because next year, we not only have Space Marine 2, not Space Marine 3 coming out, but Space Marine 3 is coming out in like the next 2 or 3 years. Next year, we have Dawn of War 4 coming out. We might be getting Total War Warhammer 40k announced in December. So what they're really doing is like lining up their franchise for like a major crescendo. And then there's the Henry Cavill show, obviously. So
Yeah, they're putting eggs in this in the Ultramarine basket for sure. Did you play Space Marine 1 much?
a little bit, way back when.
Was it good or nowhere near the... I know there's... obviously, when I talk to people about it, I'm talking to a community of people who are pretty dedicated Space Marine enjoyers. So, of course, there's a lot of things they liked about it. But for someone who wasn't, like, huge into the game, was it any good? I haven't played it. I got the remaster and raged at how bad it was because I couldn't PvP on it.
It is... It was good for, like, 40k games at the time, put it that way.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
40k
I know what
games
you
at the
mean.
time were very scuffed. I mean, if you look at the Eisenhorn game from like 8 years ago, that thing was garbage. But it's really, listen, hot take. Sorry, chat, don't roast me for this. Space Marine 2 is way better than Space Marine 1. It's really not even a competition, and I'm genuinely shocked anyone would ever say Space Marine 1 is a better game. It's so dated. It is so obviously dated. It was a great game for the time, though. Like, it was definitely fun.
I think the PvP community is a bit rose-tinted on SM1 because there was a lot more content and it was a bit more supported. So when I say rose-tinted, is I mean not entirely untrue, to be fair to them, but they yeah, it's dude. I tried playing on their remaster. I was so I can't explain on Twitch how angry I was at playing the remaster. Every single game of multiplayer crashed because they have this horrible peer-to-peer server hosting system, which you would think, if that's a massive issue in the first one, when you remaster a game, you fix the biggest issues. They did nothing. All they did was add a UI that everyone hated. That was it. Yeah, I was real up in arms about that one.
I think you're not wrong to say the PvP was worse in some ways. I mean, I feel like some people mistake content for quality content. They just want more and more and more. It was the as far as the PvP is concerned, I didn't play a lot of PvP in the Space Marine 1 at its peak, like on the Xbox or anything. I was more so playing Gears of War at that point in time. It wasn't like terrible though.
Yeah. I genuinely rated the PvP in this game. Like, as in the core mechanics of it were fun. It was, and they actually balanced it not horrendously for a first release. I always said it, like their initial balancing state was surprisingly good for a game that's not like based around PvP or touting itself as a big PvP game. There were a few things that were a bit funky, like Vanguard. If you grappled someone with a full auto gun, you just blast them in the face like that. That was basically that. But then they fixed that pretty quick, and then yeah, it was, you know.
I mean, a class-based arena shooter is pretty fun. Pretty fun base idea.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, PvP's issue is lack of support.
Fucking intimidating aura.
Not long.
Definitely more. Like, it's been a year and they've added 2 maps and a game mode. Yeah, that's it. Like, so unsupported. I play it every now and then on stream for memes and fun.
Someone did say orcs were a nice enemy in Space Marine 1, better than Chaos. That I can't agree with. The orcs were like, I would say the best part of Space Marine 1 was the presentation, at the time especially. Like, fighting orcs felt like orcs. Like, that's a very good representation of what an orc is in 40k. That was also a lot of people's introduction to 40k, just like this one was. But because you know this game, 40k as a franchise, has gone through a couple iterations of gamers. Where it's like Dawn of War 1 was like the first big one, which is why like I'm sure you've noticed that 90% of 40k games are like turn-based or
yeah. It's a mass scale war game like originally that's only really seems like it's only really branching into more personal like first person experiences sort of thing.
It's just, you know, it's a tabletop game fundamentally, so having multiple factions just translate better to like grand strategy.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Total War 40k, if that actually does get announced, will probably be the biggest 40k game ever. Besides like Space Marine something.
You honored your chapter. Be ready for Rian Reef.
I don't know if you heard, Legend of Total War recently quit making Total War content entirely.
I don't even know what Total War is. I could not be a bigger noob.
This guy doesn't know what Total War is? That's crazy. That is fucking crazy.
Like I said, lifelong WoW player with some FPS experience.
Winston, like, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Space Marine was not my introduction into the Warhammer universe, but it is.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I knew of things, but it's only through this game in the last year of talking to chat, basically, that I know like 90% of what I know about the 40k universe. So there were no games prior to this anyway that I got into that were related to 40k. So much to my shame and embarrassment.
This guy did not even know what Total War was. That's crazy.
I've heard it, but I couldn't, like, if you showed me a picture of like 10 games, I'd be like, maybe it's this one.
That's crazy, dude. That's actually nuts to me. Because like for me, Total War Fantasy basically got like revived by the Total War games. And if there's a Total War Warhammer 40k, like that is going to be probably the biggest game for the franchise. And that's probably going to be the biggest release in the next 2 years for 40k. I think that'd probably be bigger than Space Marine 3 potentially. Just because Creative Assembly just covers, like, they carry their games over for so long. Or they support them for so long. Combine them together. No, they've been in a lot of shit recently. We'll say that. I can swap for the Bulwark now if you want. But
I was gonna say I need you gotta let me run free. I can't
you're
be
free.
attached to the ground like this anymore.
It's all too much fun right now. It's always crazy to me when people say Assault's bad still. I'm like, dude, I don't know what patch we're playing anymore. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
It's almost at the point where I'm more comfortable on it. Not saying that it's better, but I'm more comfortable to play it. And like, say I'm carrying in stratagems or something. There's been quite a few where Assault has been just an absolute master for it. Especially like on Extremis ones where you're getting spammed with Extremis. You run something like Precision Strike, you're just... Every time a wave comes in, you're like, well, I can take care of 2 of them immediately. Like, every time. So, I don't know. I think Assault has got a strong niche that it kind of dominates within.
It is one of those things where I feel like... Yeah, Assault does kind of just have this incredible Nova damage. So, when we talk about Assault, I want to hear your opinion on this, because we both played this class quite a bit. Assault... He doesn't have the damage reduction that you would expect from like a Bulwark or a Vanguard, but what he does have is basically an auto removal tool where he just goes up in the air. You are no longer dead at all. You can just chill up in the air for a second with the Yielding Oath.
Yep.
You can come back down, one-shot the Extremis, and especially in like hard stratagems and absolute difficulty, instantaneously removing an Extremis, that just wins you a boss fight at times. And that's huge. Like, Nova damage is huge. Jack Burton, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Like, for a class to be really, really strong, it doesn't need like permanent, constant, mega output. If it can sum up like, holy shit, I'll finish my point and then I'll get.
Say thank you to your guy.
Yeah, right. One sec. Fire Smoke, thank you. Bro, every time we stream, what the hell? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, no. If a class has a good cooldown, it's enough to account for like for its passive gameplay can be weak, but if its cooldown is very strong, it can just make up for it. Especially with Assault being able to get its cooldown back fast from like gathering Minoris into it as well. It's just, yeah, it can be.
I mean, Zealous Blows generates so much value. It's also a perk that scales up so much into things like Siege Mode. just because I
Oh,
mean,
massively.
what's really underrated about it is like getting free damage on my Norris is insane. It's like so much value to like just land on a Minoris horde and suddenly every single guy around there is just like, you didn't instantly kill them, but they're way weaker now, and that's just so huge for the cycle of the class basically, which is why I'm pretty sure they're hesitant to give him like damage reduction and healing. Part of it. Skytrace, never turn
my Norris are. I am not memeing when I say this. People think I joke about it all the time. My Norris are the hardest enemy for this in this game. Like at this point, Majoris and Extremis are so predictable in their moveset. Just my Norris having like slight ranged chip damage. It's the slow, insidious, unavoidable chip damage that actually affects my runs more than like a massive hit from an Extremis. Because the massive hit is like predictable and then recoverable. The chip damage is just like sometimes it just gets you in ways you can't recover it as quick as you can.
I think the killer in this game, I mean, my Norris all on their own can be a little difficult for like fencing just trivializes them. I would say the difficult portion in Space Marine 2 comes from, first of all, frame traps, like when the Lictor is stacking its attacks perfectly with Karn effects and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that can be very difficult to get through. Things like an unblockable, like a perfect unblockable from a Rubric Marine immediately out of like their teleport can sometimes catch people, and then you're in a stun locked animation where your CHP just drains. I see that's where like 99% of people die in this game. Is like some horrific event happened that robbed them of a recovery. And that really is why not to go on a massive tangent here, but that's why Jeff and I were talking about the other day, like, okay, why do people hate this game's lack of healing? What is upsetting players in Space Marine 2? I think a huge portion of it is just that a lot of the ways people get injured and die in Space Marine 2, it feels bad. It's like you were playing really well and then you just ate shit all of a sudden out of the blue.
Yes. Anything that so I was saying earlier, the only thing that really fucks me up nowadays is grabs. Like if I'm really tryharding. On top of that, it's when you come out of an animation and another one perfectly goes into it, even though you're spamming dodge 100 times a second, it just gets you on the next frame and it's an impossibly unavoidable situation. That's really frustrating because something completely out of your hands ruined what was, like you said, an investment of like half an hour of your time trying to like grind out something difficult, and you just got unlucky. Like any form of RNG in a game like this is really annoying. Hands down, I couldn't agree more.
I think it really is the and like, you know, to a new player as well, like you stacked out the new parry with the parry bug on top of other things. For like, let's say you're a player who's just trying to have fun in your game with your friends, and you don't even know that the Terminator just whacked you, that you perfect parried him, but he phased through you. To you, you're just like, oh, I suck, I missed it. Because like most players aren't actually like so delusional, they're like the game's broken. They just think like the Whip Warriors are impossible to parry, is what I hear all the time. Like they're not that hard to parry. It's just that the game won't let you parry them at times. It'll actually like break halfway through. Pretty nuts.
Yeah, big agree.
Oh, what are we playing now? We're still playing Brazen Claws. Probably can. Could go Imperial Fist if you want. You like Imperial Fist?
No. I spent the time making this. Now we're going with it.
All right, let me make a whole thing real quick. Let me make a preset. What's your favorite chapter, Hayes? Besides Dark Krakens?
Red Talons. I actually find their lore really cool, and I actually like them.
You like the fact that they murdered all of their friends?
Well, Jesus Christ. I can't hear anything again. 1 second. Sorry. No.
Calabrese, thank you for $5 super chat. Your gameplay gave this game a second life for me. Thank you, Caleb. Nice of you to say. A second
Say that
life.
Again. Sorry, they killed.
They killed all their guys. Like, I don't know if you knew about the Moirai schism, where like,
nope.
Okay,
is this
this guy,
No,
this guy says he likes the Red Talons, but doesn't know one of their most infamous moments. Tourist spotted.
Tell me, dude. I need to know.
Okay, so the Red Talons. So the Moirai Schism was like basically an interpretation within the Adeptus Mechanicus cult that like they were like, okay, one day humanity will have a giant global religion, and the Adeptus Mechanicus, like the Omnissiah, will no longer be worshipped. There'll be a combination of the Ecclesiarchy on Holy Terra, and everyone will be chill together. So naturally, all the cult of Mars is like, what the fuck? That is not true at all. That's not going to happen. So they try to kill him, and a bunch of the Iron Hands went traitor. And eventually, or quote unquote traitor, because they weren't actually heretical. Because at the end of the day, they were all like humanity cool. So the Iron Hands, after this giant 2,000 year civil war, they all voted, and they're like, okay, we're going to exile the third of our chapter that decided to follow this dumb creed, the Moirite Creed. And the Red Talons were the only chapter that were like, we're not exiling our guys, we're just going to murder them instead. So they just execute all the guys.
Yeah. They have no chill whatsoever.
Oh, I have a Dark Angel's backpack. I'm going to chat.
Whoa, heresy.
They're not wrong. They're right to roast me. Right, that's
fine. I wouldn't have noticed if you didn't point it out.
Okay. FTG been reading Iron Hands lore. Iron Hands fan now. I was forced to, Fridge. I had to double check. I already knew about the Moirite Schism quite a bit, but if I was going to make a talk about what's happening recently, it's very important.
I've just been informed that my backpack is not halved, but I'm sure we'll manage, maybe.
Oh, we'll manage. Oh, we'll cook, Hayes.
So we're here to do anything else? No.
We simply... It's all about Drip Marine, too. That's the truth.
Yeah. Going back to the discussion earlier, how would you feel, like, disregarding other people, not how would you think it would be received, but how would you feel about performance-based cosmetics? Like, if you true solo or missions, or just
somebody just asked me, what's the rarest chapter ski players using? That's actually a good question. Probably Lamenters. I don't think people like piss yellow, but to answer your question of performance-based cosmetics, like, are you saying like how well you did in the game equals you getting the cosmetic?
Yeah.
Or it's like if you do a solo, you could then get the
like just better cosmetics, like or some form, like maybe a title, or like it doesn't have to be a massive cosmetic, but just like extra details. Like you could add like more studs to your character, or just little things. How would you feel about that based on performance?
I mean, I'm always for cosmetics based on performance. Like, I think that's very healthy for a game. I think titles and things like that are what care, because you want to give your players something to work towards. When I was a kid, I never really had this feeling of like, oh, I'm missing out. When I saw somebody have the fabled blue helmet in Halo Reach, with the flaming helmet, I'm like, all right, I'm about to get shit on because he's played like 4,000 hours. So that's all I mean. Like, I really feel like I was missing out.
Like, as a WoW player, going, before I got into raiding, when I was a kid, I started playing when I was like 13, 14. I'd see, I'd be stood in the main city and I'd see someone in like their end game raid gear, and it was like, oh my god, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. Sat on their giant rare mount, and I'm like, that needs to be me someday. And the grind begins there. I don't sit there and be like, oh god damn it, if only I was older and I could play more. No.
It's I feel like in the case of MMOs, MMO players are almost inherently more dedicated to the game they're playing, just like in terms of time commitment. That's just how they're set up. Huge portion of it.
Much more obsessive.
Blister says, hey buddy, love your content, keep on the work. Is it possible to use a heroic weapon even if I didn't unlock the versions before? Yes, it is, but you won't have the...
Also a great mission choice. I actually rate this one very highly. This might be my favorite Tyranid one.
You won't have
I don't like the bit in the middle, it's a bit annoying. I've heard about the Project C6 way too many times. However, I like the boss. I like the
Exfiltration is great. Somebody in chat asked, just for everybody to know, the heroic, somebody asked, does the heroic weapon, can I use the heroic weapons before I have the other options unlocked? You can, but you won't have the full perk tree of the weapon. Like, you'll get the heroic perk, you just won't have the perks of the extra perk points, basically.
I actually really like that, because I, being the lazy shit that I am, hadn't leveled a bunch of weapons, and having immediate access to the heroic version just meant that leveling it, because like I said, I don't really play anything below hard siege or absolute. having the stats be high to start with just made like grinding the weapon up so much smoother.
That is true. Okay, but I can level it right. You can level it, but you still
Because I
have to
would
do
say
the
a lot more
individual.
people are in that boat than the I've grinded everything boat. So
That is true.
definitely helpful.
I think the grind in this game's awful.
Oh god, yeah.
It is awful.
Dude, it took me months. I'm a supposedly full-time content creator, always playing Space Marine. It took me so fucking long to get the all the prestiges, all the weapons max. Like, it took me months. I wasn't like directly focused on it at all times, but even if you were, ridiculous amount of time.
EBG Gear, thank you for the super
I
chat.
want
For
there
me,
to
most
be
cosmetics are
long-term
done.
grinds in
I only
the
play
game
Raven
like
Guard,
that,
whatever doesn't fit the chapter.
but not.
Hopefully Space Marine 3 will have enough cosmetics for everyone. I do hope it'll have more cosmetics, that's true. But if I'm going to resell you all of them. But thank you very much for the super chat, man. I definitely agree the fucking grind is absurd. Especially, like,
Yeah.
you know, as a full-time content creator, I hate to fucking say that, but it's just,
I know,
it's
hard
so
to say.
cringe, dude. Like, but it's, as somebody who makes content for the game, I was like, this shit is buns, okay? But, you know, I was playing games for fun way before I ever made content for them. So I understand grinding in games from, like, just a completely fun-based perspective has made me quit shit many, many times. Ow.
I think the part I cut out on, as I was saying, I don't mind a long time. I don't mind a long time-intensive grind at all.
What's up,
but I
Froggy?
don't want you to lock my class's ability to actually perform behind it repeatedly. Like it's such a frustrating thing to go back to level 1 again, because yeah, you gained a prestige perk, but your entire class's mechanics are now fucked again for at least the next 3 games until you get like a bunch of stuff. Unless you're one of the specific classes that is strong early in its tree, by chance.
It's pretty fucking gross, dude. It is pretty fucking stupid that you have to play with, like, the most, you know, basically gimped build ever at times. 4 times in a row. And the issue I have with Space Marine 3... Space Marine 3, Space Marine 2's Prestige Prime in particular is that Space Marine 2 does not have a ton of perks in it. Like, the perks are very simple. And you ever came to, like, Path of Exile or, like, you know, World of Warcraft and stuff like that? Like, the build variety in this game is just not quite there. It's usually, like, 1 or 2 perk choices differentiate the builds.
Someone asked me about what my favorite heavy builds are, and I was like, builds?
That's what I'm saying.
Heavy
Like,
builds? No, there's one.
Yeah,
There's like one way to play it. All the rest are just... They're not even, like... It's not even, like, fun in a gimmick way. It's just... There's just nothing remotely worth taking, even for entertainment. Maybe you could go melee builds.
I tried to play Armor Contempt yesterday, but it was just so bad. Arctic's so bad. Yeah, the Bulwark perk for blocking with your shield and dealing, like, no damage. It deals damage in front of guys. It has a perk delay on it. Or a damage delay on the trigger.
Love it.
God awful. Well, I just unlock stuff in this game. I don't even read the text. That's true. I know many other people do that, Froggy.
I guess sniper you can go like melee or gun damage. Assault and Vanguard are okay for variety. Vanguard can go like big AoE damage, or it can go.
Vanguard has
especially
like next patch. Vanguard's build variety goes way up. Right now,
Yeah.
he's kind of just like you build tip of the spear or you build that's prowess. That's like his next build. And tip of the spear is definitely the worst one of the 2. But next patch, the diving kick's gonna fix him up tremendously.
Yeah, that's actually really fun as well. Just
Hopefully-
having like precision damage with that thing.
Hopefully the retribution perk doesn't suck anymore, but we'll see. Like that one perk on the Inferno pistol for like improved melee damage and the retribution perk, those are so absolute cheeks. Deceptively bad.
Yeah.
Just,
I knew that they weren't working as intended. I didn't think they were like gimping that much damage out of it. I thought, oh, together you could like hope for plus 40%. Maybe you're getting 25, not like together you get maybe.
I tried it on the PTS and 4 told me like, oh, it's a bad perk. It's like this one. I'm like, I bet it's just like the. And the moment he told me that it only helps out the snare efficiency one, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just the what the snare issue was. Pretty sure it's just the copy pasted perk from the Inferno pistol. And then that's just a copy-pasted perk from the Melee Champion perk. I'm pretty sure there's all exactly the same calculation, which is awful. Very bad.
Kind of
Dino
goes
Knight-
back to that A tier developer versus the B team in post. We'll fix it
Careful
in post.
on the
Must have been
sand.
a
The big
common
words will come get
expression
you.
developing this game.
I mean, it really is. It really does feel like they don't play their game in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I've ranted about that before.
Oh shit.
They make
Ow.
odd decisions. Oh. Oops.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. It's not your
Why does this
fault.
hammer go red, by the way?
Because
I don't notice that
bronze,
with any of the
bro.
other ones.
It's because it's the angry hammer.
Wait, actually, but what?
The angry
I've
hammer.
never noticed that with any other hammer. Is that literally what
It's
this one
literally
does?
only the bronze hammer does that.
Okay.
People ask me that all the time. Of like, FCG Halo Reach customization was god tier compared to games nowadays. True.
Ooh, I never go this way.
Viridian, the servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
The legendary red hammer. Yeah, if you ever use a red hammer, get ready to have like 15 comments from people being like, "Why are hammer red? Why hammer red?"
Everyone knows I'm Axe Master Race.
Oh my god. Sometimes I yearn for the grind arc only, if only to halt the insane memery I'm suggesting to you by you folks. The grind arc for like playing the game. Also, what's up, Fridge? I know I haven't been talking to chat that much, but because red goes faster. What do you call it? What do you call it, Hayes? I think that a good idea might be... I do want to contact Saber because I know they are open to developer interviews. Now, there was an interview a while back that Well Played Games sent me. I was sent to Chapter Master Valrock at the time, and he did like a whole meta-analysis on the game with the dev. I would like
What's that, just before you go ahead? Is that when they take all like the... This is how many people completed mission success?
Well, when I mean a meta-analysis, it's more like what's coming up as like actual content for the game.
Okay.
What do you guys want for future classes? Not like the nitty-gritty of balance or like the game gameplay design. Sorry, I cut out there. But I would like to ask them like why they balance things the way they do. That's the kind of conversation I like to have with them.
It's spreadsheet. It's got to be spreadsheet balancing now.
At least somewhat.
90% of it.
90%, yeah. They should be open to it. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't be. I mean, no, as long as you don't... I mean, some devs
As long
get
as
a
you're not
little...
trying to ambush them.
Yep.
I was watching a Dead by Daylight streamer, and he was saying that they for a while did these did these developer interviews, and the guy kept giving such stupid answers they just became infamous, and they stopped doing them because they were just getting memed for basically just saying, like, giving the I don't know if you heard about it in WoW. They had a similar thing where regarding WoW Classic, you know, that thing that was a massive hit in 2019, where they infamously said regarding it, "You think you do, but you don't," and it just
I
became
remember
like,
that. That was pretty rude.
So I do think that they're pretty afraid to get into stuff like that. But then again, that's Blizzard. They are also
I feel like
who also bought you Habrangers, like
Saber would.
phones.
That is true. Blizzard's notoriously bad, though.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
Saber would be open to that as long as you know you're not going to shit on them. Now, I haven't shit on
Yeah.
Saber too hard, at least not recently. But
I try and keep it fair.
not an unreasonable person, I don't think.
I have unreasonable expectations. Saber, fix your fucking game.
Yeah, Saber, fix your game. Okay, yeah, sure. I put a big unhappy face. That's my unhappy face. I'm putting like a clown Fiesta hat on the dev, you know. Who is it? The Truth DT who plays Dokkan Battle. He will just put a gigantic unhappy face as like every other week as his only thumbnail for his his angry rants. Like that's all it is.
The soil no longer trembles.
Man, I love Assault so much. I actually hated it at first in PvE because it plays so much more fluidly in PvP. I don't know if you've done it, but firstly, you get much more height on going up into the air, and secondly, it doesn't lock on to targets for you. It goes precisely where you tell it to, which is really nice. Like, I hate the fact that it locks onto targets for you. Like, it takes away from the efficiency loads.
I hate anything. I hate the auto lock in this game in general. I think it's like dragging your attacks is pretty. Should be a toggleable thing. You know, there was a Witcher 3 mod way back when that removed the auto targeting in that game, and the game was so much better for it.
Oh wow. I personally blame you and hold you responsible for my death, but
What'd I do?
I won't say anything. I won't talk about it.
What'd I do? I grabbed a guy. I was on autopilot. I'm not gonna lie.
No. You know when you're playing with someone and they get an attack animation on them? The alerts or anything? Because I need my hand held that much. It just went through you and nipped me on the other side.
That is definitely an annoying thing in this game. I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay.
For the esoteric failure. Wait, hold on. Dude, why everyone DH Charles says, why does everyone that plays it WoW always tell me that the game sucks, just quit the game? Because they're all addicts, dude. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, literally. It's like this game, dude. It's you complain about things if you have expectations for them, and the expectations get laid by them giving a good foundation. They set the expectation themselves, so when they don't live up to it, it's super disappointing. If the game is shit from the start, you don't care. So it's just a sign that the game either has amazing potential or was once amazing.
I think that is a good way to put it. Is that like once you have a good foundation for something, it's like, okay, once something's good, people want more good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Though I feel like in the case of this game, the game's better now than it's ever been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't understand some of the criticism. I'm like, it's way better now than it was at launch, especially for the PvE.
Do you get people coming into your chat asking like, should I start the game now?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, every single time I'm like, yes, there's never been a better time to pick up this game. There's more content than there's ever been. Like
more players now than there were last time. It's true.
Oh, true. If you were to pick up the game now, there's so much to do. Like as a fresh player, it's almost daunting the amount of stuff that you can do at this point, which is never a bad thing.
Now, how much of that stuff is fun? That's the real question.
Yeah, prestige grinds are probably
prestige grinding is a big fix. I think that's really what puts people off of the game. I've even talked to like other content creators who are trying to get in the game. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" They just immediately quit. Like,
what sort of stuff? Going back to the speaking to like having an open dev forum conversation. What would you want to ask them mostly?
I would like to know about like their intentions for perk design, because I feel that's a big issue in this game in general. Is like a lot of the perks are copy pasted, perks that don't necessarily have to be so limited. I would love to get an actual content creator program for the game going. That's what happened with Fat Shark for a long time. So Fat Shark had no dev program with the content creators at all, and now Fat Shark is largely helped and balanced by a lot of content creators like Reginald and JSAP for a long time. They're pretty much the only ones balancing that game. And
is that the purpose of a creator? What did you say it was? Content creator program?
They had a content creator program for feedback, for playtesting. That's basically what the PTS is now, which is good. But I don't really listen to the PTS. My bigger issue is that like it's not just for content creators either, I would say, but having a proper avenue to contact the devs was like that's the best part of Fat Shark's playtest and creative program, is that there is a direct avenue for players to contact the devs outside of a forum, because in a forum devs just don't give a shit in a lot of cases. Like even in Helldivers, they had a creator program, and Helldivers just Arrowhead doesn't give a shit about their creators recently. But either way, the point is, Fat Shark's games are significantly better because they listen to the players that have thousands of hours on them. Now, you don't want to listen to one person. You don't want that, but...
Yeah, no, you need to have, like, you need to be able to listen to the players that can really see into the problems. And there's an element of trust in that, and effort from their part. because can you imagine being a dev and then talking?
When it's patch
to
or
people who are,
clickbait,
like,
read the pin comment. It's
angry
also
and
November
not very
25th.
articulate, and they're just like, "Your game sucks." And you're like, "Well, okay, let's be specific here." Well, it just fucking doesn't work. Okay, but please, a little bit more specificity. Like, you can imagine how frustrating it is.
Mitrian shut down
But
power to
you know,
the
that's part of
You must
the
resupply
job,
the
I guess.
generator with a backup power cell. She hopes the
It is their. I just feel like in the case of Saber,
She underestimates
Saber doesn't really play their game enough. Their current dev team like to know what's wrong with it.
Yeah,
And they would
it
benefit
definitely
a
feels for that.
ton from just listening to some players more. And I don't feel like. I mean, they get a ton of ideas on their posts all the time. Like a lot of the posts you see on Saber Interactive's forums are just stupid. Like you don't want to have a.
merged with renegade.
Like some players you just pretty much push the game to be like a walking simulator.
It's a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good prompt.
Bonk.
Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the
Damn.
might proves, of course.
You are a redundant functionary.
Shut
Your
down. Go, Harry.
authority shall die here, alone, in the dark.
10 days left. Now, the official comment from Saber Interactive on the time the patch is coming out is November 25th. So the fact they gave an official date, that's what the community manager said. Is like, okay, we can now actually talk about a proper number. It could change a little bit, but it seems like they're aiming for 25 is what they said. Now, do you think that's too long? We talked about this earlier. I'm pretty sure some more people are here now. Do you think
do you
the
expect they've done that to actually make alterations? Like, do you think the content's going to change much?
No. I don't think it's going to change at all. I think it's
Why would they
exactly
delay?
the same.
Why would they delay it so much then? Just for the sake? Do you think they're just buying time?
I think
Last
they're
year.
bug fixing. That's it. So
Well,
serviceability and bug fixes is literally all they're doing.
I wouldn't complain too much about that if it's going to lead to a more stable product, then I don't mind that. But
Balancing
it's
changes,
a long
I think
time.
like none.
Yeah.
I think the balancing changes are going to be horrific. Or maybe they'll change the heavy bolt pistol. That's the only one. People were worried about them nerfing the heroic sniper. I'm like, there's no way they're going to nerf that thing.
I hope they don't. I think that would be stupid. I think it's a high. I don't think it's that easy to use. I think it's, you know.
I mean, both snipers are one of the highest skill cap weapons in the entire game. Just on the fundamental
Yeah.
idea that headshots in this game are actually hard versus chaos, especially.
Yep. Agree.
So hard, in fact, that like I think it's almost there are very few people that even use bolt weapons versus chaos. It's like, why would you? In a lot of cases.
Yeah, it's one of the, it's also another one of those things where it's unintuitive but learnable. Like with chaos hitboxes, the headshot thing is so out of whack of where it should be, but you can kind of rely on it being in a certain place. Dude, I had a good clip from headshotting a Chaos Marine, and his head quite literally just swiveled backwards to face behind him. Like it's like his head was bent over backwards to look at what was going on behind him. Because it's just got such a weird like bob mechanic. It's ridiculous.
It is pretty interesting how much harder Chaos is as a faction in this game. They're really fun to fight now. The Chaos fun though. You know, I've seen people tell me in that apothecary video we talked about, where Jeff and I said like, oh, healing is OP, which like I think it just is. Okay, I think like mathematically healing, like we're in a game where your HP hits 0, you die. So anything that prints HP is going to be just a
it's
mathematically top tier perk that breaks the pickup economy of the game. The moment you remove limited HP from a game that has limited healing, you are increasing the margin for error so tremendously that I don't really know why this is a controversial take for people, but apparently it was. Anyways, I had somebody telling me that I was like, yeah, the sandbox is broken with healing perks. No shit, because the math says it is. But either way, my point is, I've had to argue with so many people about this recently that it's
You
been,
slay queen.
yeah,
Send
it's
it.
been Jeff, after our recording, was like, get good, you fucking casuals.
Yeah, I mean, you see when people are talking about doing like hard stratagems, they're like, "Oh my god, someone didn't bring a vanguard or a bulwark. How can you manage? Like, why are you griefing?" It's like, well, they're playing the game. Die. You know,
I don't think there would be healing perks ever again if they went back in time. I think a Saber removed them all from the game if they could.
Yeah, it's too late now, but yeah.
Yeah, the community uproar would be insane. I don't think having them in the game is a bad thing necessarily, just because players should have something to do, but the fact that people get flamed, like you said, for not having healing perk is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
And
Especially when there's like good alternatives. I mean, Bulwark not having the healing perk, you don't really gain a huge amount compared to what you lose. With Vanguard though, the ability cooldown thing is actually a really good. Like Inner Fire is really fun and really good. So that has a valid alternative, I guess, and people still just get super mad.
we were talking about the hottest take we had in that video was saying that if Apothecary came out and it was a properly dedicated support class with like buffing and debuffing and like a couple healing perks, then you can move the healing perks off of Bulwark and Vanguard and buff their defensive options for your team. Like Bulwark's banner can be more useful and have like a couple more options and stuff like that. And then have Apothecary be that class. You do run into the issue where Apothecary would become like the healing class that all players would want on their team.
Someone has to play.
But you already have that with Bulwark and Vanguard, where it's like you have to play Unmatched Zeal, you have to play Invigorating Icon. For a lot of players, how they do the game. So it's I just got side piece.
I think part of what you said there is actually really really smart as well. With the if you give other classes a means to defend better, if you're going to give an Apothecary like a bunch of healing, you can balance that out by making like 2 or 3 other classes that give like very strong team defensive. So it's just a different route of the same result. Like you're just going to die less, because then you don't have to run the Apothecary. Then you just, like you said, if you have Bulwark who puts like a straight 30% damage reduction on everyone, then you don't need to gain all your health back every 10 minutes. From like,
yep.
I can't take off. I'm gonna die. Yeah, there's definitely smart ways that other games have.
What games do you play where HP hitting 0 doesn't kill you? I mean, I can't think of any, but I don't think that's relevant to what we were talking
when you
about.
asked the community, what was the consensus? I never actually.
But that wasn't the point of what I said at all. It's in every game with limited healing is going to have a.
Just ignore what the masses say. Were most people saying that they want all classes to have healing? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. That was I put a community post like 21,000 votes on it, and majority said they wanted healing on every class. Or at least
on it. I voted no.
You voted no. Yeah, I knew. See, I think it should not be the case, but the player. I was very curious after that video's response, like where the player base was at skill wise, and 21,000 people is obviously not everybody in Space Marine 2. That's a pretty significant portion of people. Most people were lying, but I'm not. I was like, okay, well, if that's where the community is at, maybe there should be an option for some of those players to have that if they want, and like a lower difficulty.
You got to think as well. That's 21,000 people that have seen your poll. I'm presuming the vast majority of them are subbed to you, and that's why they saw the poll. And people who are subbed to you are already within the top X amount of players, because anyone who's willing to look for content on YouTube tends to be of a higher investment in the game than someone who's like completely casual. I don't mean casual in a negative way. I just mean someone who only plays the game, an hour or 2 a week, and there's that sort of player does make up the bulk of players. So for 21,000 people who are invested in the game to majoritively say, yeah, we want heals, you have to look into it. Like, you can't just...
Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny you mentioned that, because the other day somebody asked me like, oh, what difficulty do you think the majority of players play on? I'm like, probably substantial or below. Like, it might be maybe ruthless. It's definitely not absolute or lethal difficulty. Just from like the people I've seen, and it's
what the order of them is. I know lethal is below absolute.
It's like minimal something, minimal, average, substantial, ruthless, lethal, and then absolute. So somebody asked me like, where do you think the majority of people are? Yes. Well, it was ruthless, and then it was lethal, and then it was absolute. So we've had 2 difficulties added into the game since launch, and people still want them nerfed every time. Like, what the fuck's the point of like having all these extra difficulties if But the point is that players are asking me, like, which difficulty do you think people are playing on? I'm like, well, it must be, like, substantial or ruthless, because it's certainly not absolute or lethal. And they're like, oh, that can't be true. And I'm like, we gotta think, if you're in a stream chat for a game, you know how invested you are in that game?
Yeah.
Like, that is insane levels of investment. for a video game.
You play it so much, you want to watch someone else play it. You love that game.
Like
you
you
are
might
more
come
into
in.
that game than 90% of people.
True. And or you might just want to have some like see somebody play the game, see if you should buy it or not, or like ask a question. So that is normal. Like there are some very people who've never played the game before come in. But either way, the majority of regular people that talk about a game are like, "Oh, I know what this perk is." Most people don't know what the fuck this game does. I don't know any mechanics in it. I don't know how HP works.
Dude,
It's
you,
like-
when we have conversations about perks, you start naming them, and I'm like, I know the names of like 3 perks in this game, and I've played PvE for like hundreds of hours. Like, I'm considered a good player in PvE, and I don't know what like 90% of them are even called. It's funny. Like, the disparity is
It's
yeah.
just the game. To be fair, the game's gonna tell you jack shit in this game, and a lot of the perks in this game are also just the same across classes because Sabers keeps copy pasting. But
Yeah,
I would say my
I
bigger
am
issue.
particularly bad. Sorry.
You're what?
I am particularly bad at like remembering names and stuff. I just remember the mechanic, and I'm like, that's all I need to know.
There's always I found whenever it comes to like game knowledge, there's always a bigger fish. Or like there's always like you know I'll know something and the data miner will come in and show me like actually the code says this entire perk description is wrong, and you're selling lies to the people because there are some perks in this game that are like properly just ill described, and the code says they do something entirely different.
100%. Dude, the one that's like, oh yeah, you immune to heavy hits and can't be knocked back is such a lie, and I didn't know for the longest time how it worked. Like someone explained it to me, they're like, bro, it's not bugged. It's just not explained. Like there are multiple levels to stagger in this game. I'm sure you know this, but to the people who are listening who don't, there's multiple levels of stagger in this game. You can have things that like wobble you or things that knock you over, and any of those perks that are like makes you immune to, like, you can't be knocked back. Anything that says can't be knocked back just means it lowers the intensity of the knock from that attack by 1 level. That's how it was explained to me anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anything that would knock you back before will now only stagger. Anything that would stagger you before, you're now immune to. But
Yeah,
it's
I'd
just
say-
at no point is it explained like that.
And when you're a new player, you're like the first bug, and on top of that, or just you know you read the fucking perk and you're like the first bug. It is basically just mostly useful versus light attacks in the game, which is really 90% what you need anyways, but still, it is ridiculous. Like, a player will take that and get knocked around, like, this perk's broken.
Oh, I complained about it for ages. I was like, why am I falling over? Why, like, this keeps happening. I don't get it. Turns out.
Someone said Intimiding Aura is the perk I know, because the Aura farming skill. That is true.
Yeah.
You just Aura farm them. I'm just tanking these.
Oh, look at that range knowledge. I'm so bad with this game.
Okay, I also missed, and I would have killed him.
Congratulations, Viridian.
That's slapped up.
It was a success.
They're a cool boss. Fucking cool boss.
I genuinely find it, maybe just because I'm used to, but in PvE I find it easier to play solo because you know every attack is aimed at you. As soon as they start like going for other people, or you stop, or alerts stop showing up for attacks that will hit you because you're just in the wrong place. Maybe it's just because I haven't played it enough, but it is an interesting thing.
For what? For the, I totally zoned
like-
out on that, my bad.
No. I was just saying, like, I find it slightly more difficult to play, at least on a melee class, with someone else than playing solo. Because in solo, every attack's aimed at you, and every type of attack that would have an alert, like a parry or a dodge, you'll see. But if there's someone else there, they'll get the alert, but you'll still be able to get hit by it. It's like when you play against snipers and someone dodges it, it triggers a shot to go off, completely out of sync with the sound, and you just get deleted because someone else did a dodge somewhere else in the game. It's just funny how it becomes more difficult when you have someone around.
It does. Also, this is an age-old question we get asked all the time. If you're like, is solo easier than playing with players? I'm like, in some ways, yes, but like in a way that is meaningful to like a player doesn't know what they're doing. No, not really at all. It's more like it can be easier in some ways, but it's overall harder. Like, you won't have to deal with certain things, like there won't be as much range spam as if you were stacking up like 3 players on top of each other, and they had every single attack token all aimed at them in one spot. But does that mean the whole game's easier? No, I still think like the true solo or the solo content can be the hardest in the game. But I don't know why. It's not really explained to people how this game works. Like, the biggest question, I'm sure you've seen this before. You're like, why are all the enemies not attacking you? When I play Ruthless difficulty, all the enemies attack me all the time, and I get cooked up.
I was doing a Siege solo run on Assault, and there's so many enemies on my screen that the attacks just completely stall out. Like, it's just, you can see the token system overloading because there's 7 fireballs in the background just going boo boo boo, and literally people are like, have you modded your game? Why aren't you getting attacked? And in fairness to them, right, I'm standing in front of 40 enemies, and one of them occasionally doesn't attack, and it's just like, it's such a weird system in the game. But yeah, like solo in terms of difficulty, like you were saying, true solo is simpler but harder. Like, it's more intense, and there's more to lose, and you can make fewer mistakes. However, it's a more straightforward style of playing.
It's a much larger knowledge. It's much larger what do they call it? Knowledge check on the game in a lot of cases. Like, do you know the enemy animations? It is the best way to learn the game, in my opinion, because you will have to actually deal with every single mechanic the game can throw at you, and every single animation the actual enemies have. And in a group, there are a lot of cases where your team is just blow something up you don't have to deal with, and that doesn't really help you learn how to actually fight these bosses and stuff like that. So it is the best way to learn. But as far as mechanics are told to players, as far as like how attack tokens work, nobody knows. Nobody has any idea.
Oh wow.
It's just it looks like a straight up baloney when you watch a player play Siege mode, especially, where Siege mode, I feel, you notice it the most, where they're just enemies just wait around forever.
Yeah, I learned to PvE in Siege. Like, I only started it when the patch came out. It got me into PvE, and another learning curve for the operations was just like learning where all the spots are for drops and things like that. Because I got pretty competent at the actual combat from PvE in Siege, because we got to like wave 30 and things like that, 35, and but hadn't done any true solo. Went into true solo and got my ass kicked, because it's just a completely different flow. And like in Siege, you can like pay to recover and things like that. With true solo, it's just like, you make a couple mistakes and you don't know where the drops are, your run's over. Like you
really you have to know how to manipulate the AI. You have to know how to manipulate the AI director.
I had no idea that was a thing.
It's a pretty big thing, where it's like you have to know how the boxes work, how your HP works, how executes work.
For sure.
It's a pretty great way to learn the game, and I would implore more people to play that, because I hear people ask me all the time, like, what should I play first to like learn Absolute? Should I be like building up slowly? I'm like, just go into it, because that's how the human brain works, where it's like, if you just expose yourself to something constantly, eventually you'll get good at it. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, you repeat the mistakes, they stand out to you in the end.
I'm gonna play a melt attack. We have done the 2 hammer runs. We're now free.
Yeah.
You're now free to play whatever you want.
Heavy Melter is just overkill. I'm so sick of playing it at this point. I say this all the time. Like, Heavy Melter is like my go-to carry everything, kill everything, never die. It's also super boring.
You do double Xenophase. We did that before, but that's
now you're cooking.
I mean, did you know the Xenophase? I'm sure you do know this, but the cone attack can actually hit the Zoanthropes and Neurothropes very easily.
Yeah.
That's like the best reason to use it, in my opinion.
I had never used the power sword until Xenophase came out. Like that, I was saying earlier, the heroic weapons are awesome because you could use them to level something and it not be a total shit show. That's exactly what that did. Like, I picked up the Xenophase, had no points, and just grinded through it. So I learned through that, just sniping Zoanthropes. I actually haven't used it in a while, so I'm
get on your Death Watch drip.
Yes,
the only way.
I have it saved from last time.
This time Lamenter Marines. Whichever one you want. I'll play Lamenter. The one Lamenter that made it to Death Watch. Now, oh shit.
Pick tree. I'm trying to remember. I think. Yeah, that should be fine.
They get like a special tech priest that says like, here's the permit to use these things. Otherwise, you get you're a heretic without it. Lamenters for the win.
See, I'm still dripped up from the last time we played. It's all there. Are we playing against Chaos or
We could
or
play
Tyranid?
against Chaos. I don't mind fighting Chaos, to be honest.
No,
This
me neither.
interface, I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think they're good with the.
That's a hot take,
actually
Hayes.
think
That's a
Chaos
hot
is more
take.
fun. Do you think?
They're
I
coming
think they're
for
more
you.
fun with the Chaos spawns.
Dude, you gotta be
I
you
actually
gotta be careful what you say here.
rate
They'll,
it. They're gonna get you.
you might think it's not a controversial opinion, but then you say it and you're like, oh shit. Dissertations
good.
will be written to you.
First tour followers just get good.
Some
I don't
McDonald's
hear any complaints
character.
out of my chat. How did
No,
the
it's not
community
usually
hate
in
you
the
2 seconds?
yeah, it's they watch in spite, you know. Silence.
Yeah, waiting for failure.
Spiteful
I-
silence.
I have someone on YouTube that only ever talks if I die. Like it's the only time they'll ever say a word.
Gotta love the haters, man. Every now and then, like someone's just like uniquely dedicated to disliking you,
yeah.
dude. That's just how
That's
it
like
goes.
I think I'm happy with the ratio. I think enough people enjoy it here for
Yeah,
for
I
a few
think-
people to just chip in constantly with the shit
great.
talk. I gotta be right back, like 2 minutes.
That
real
shit looks
quick.
pretty good.
But I'm death watched. I am Salamander repping because you know Dark Kraken's gotta stay true to my boys.
I'm playing Lamenter Drip, and it looks
Nice.
ugly.
Wait, are you full Lamenter or?
I'm a
or
Death Watch Lamenter.
Okay. Right, I'll be back 1 minute.
I will also be right back, chat, to grab my coffee. You guys like coffee? I know you do. Guy in chat, whoever you are. In Relic Prayer, you have to wait because your team has no Tech Marine. I wonder if they're gonna change that voice line. Probably. There's also one in Fall of Atreus. Unless you're thinking about the same one. Do a Retributor squad. We could do that next. What is this? Now. Do you want plasma? We do. For Bitchmade. That's what we want. The plasma pistol. The Mephiston red. I think I'm gonna swap this to like a different color though. This is gonna be yellow. That sure does look fucking ugly. Perfect. You're red. Flash Terror Squad. We could do that next. Straight to the Vortex Feast. Alright guys, I'm gonna grab if Hazeman asked where I went, tell him I went to yeah, if Hazeman asked where I went, tell him I went to the to grab the coffee. He's back before me.
Supply torpedo tubes 24 through 48, with 3 volleys of ship-to-ship ordnance.
I'll tell you what I am looking forward to. The next patch, we need to duo and play the what do you call it? The sniper and tack, where you've got like the headshot modifier and the tack has got the range damage modifier. The headshots will be beautiful. Oh, apparently he's making a coffee and I'm just talking to his chat. No stress. Hello guys.
Oh, we're back. At the same time, perfect. Playing the Vortex this time.
I was just telling all your viewers how yeah, I was just talking to myself. I'm excited for next patch. I was saying we need to do a duo where one of us goes sniper, one of us goes tack, so that we can stack the range damage and the headshot multiplier team things with that new sniper and just pray for neurothropes and literal one shots. I think it'd be great.
That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing one for the new boss. The day of. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. All right, it's a date.
The new boss. I'm sure Indie Pride would probably want to hop on. So the only time he messages me when it was like a big fucking update for the game. He's been
SMH.
I know that guy.
I'm stealing you first.
I mean, it was joined. I got Mr. E to do one at one point, but he kind of likes Space Marine too. He pops in there occasionally.
With Umarat defeated,
I actually haven't played the Xenophase in a hot minute.
It's a fun weapon, Hayes.
And the Xenos have reduced the landing zone to
I mean, kind of, minus the balance parry window, it's annoying as fuck, but
With communication disrupted.
Again, that's how I learned parrying in this game, was using balance, and I feel like learning it on balance just set me up for everything else.
well, it teaches you the actual timings for sure. The
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about balance is there are moments where like you just cannot parry something.
Oh,
It's,
its actual potential is limited for sure. Like it can't compete with block and defense. I actually had a complaint about the new power axe. With the way it works, it doesn't actually function like a true block weapon anymore. In that, you know, with block weapons, you can successively perfect block attacks on top of each other. Like you can go block, 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 and it's fine. With the new power axe one, it actually has like a very small window in which you can't reanimate, and you just take damage in that window. It fucks you up. So it, as a its defensive capability as a block weapon's actually been a bit pooped on by the update, and I actually wasn't too hyped about it to start with. It was only once I realized how insane the damage is from it. I was like, okay, this is cool.
oh,
But
the block
to start
axe?
with,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Having the block stack with the power wave is weird.
So good though.
Yeah,
It's
I
a little.
know.
It's just so good though.
Once
It's
you
like,
get used to it, it is great.
I mean, it's.
If you
I don't think
treat
it's
it
any
like a
more
balanced
weird than
weapon-
the. It's a little. It's definitely more premium than that. I think you can. I don't know. I took it into the training arena, the Hypex made, and I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. The like once you practice it a little bit.
Yeah, I think that it just took a minute to like. It's like its own unique weapon now though. It's got different windows almost to everything else. Like it has the initial perfect block, but
It's
then
unique because the best.
yeah,
I actually go as far as say that.
uniquely awesome.
Yeah, the power fist is really good, but I feel like the block action is better in more situations than the power fist is. Where it's it doesn't have to deal with any charge up, it doesn't deal with any awkward timings, or like you know, any awkward moments where you're just charging up, hit the block, charging up, hit the block. Power fist is obviously still incredibly powerful. Like, listen, if it ain't the block power fist, it's the power. I mean, it's the axe and vice versa, basically.
That's super unfortunate. I was stuck in an animation.
With
Yeah, that's sad.
down on top of you. I hate that the fact that portal damages you. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna big banner. Now I didn't bring the babying banner, but I did the banner.
I think
Everyone change the base type is
power
on.
axe, at least block one though, was pretty underrated this patch as well. At least on Assault, because people were pretty convinced that like to true solo siege and stuff like that on Assault, you had to go fist. And I think not to like and I'm not trying to ego stroke here. This is pure compliments to the axe. But I don't think anyone had soloed past 20 on Assault. Until I used an axe build that someone had made for me, Tiger on Axe, and yeah, I think it kind of people get stuck in a meta way of thinking, and they're a little apprehensive to challenge it. And
I assume the meta. I didn't try out the axe at all. I also didn't try out siege since they added the axe, but
Yeah. I
I assume that that with the chaos spawn, the zealous blows got way better. Got clumped a lot more. And the siege just started to dump them all, and then so anything that's going to have a one-shot potential, which the axe did. I know Zambit told me about that briefly. I'm like, that's a neat little nifty thing, but it makes sense that it would be the strongest weapon for that in siege.
super effective in siege because all the minorities are running towards you. It just synergizes very well.
Power Fist was definitely the best way back when, because like there was like pre-patch assault before the axe. Power Fist was like the only way you could properly corner camp before they gave him like the invulnerability on the ground pound.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
But it definitely makes sense now the axe would be the best. Well, it's just fun. Now, allegedly the Winged Fury perk is bugged on it.
Is that the damage reduction after jetpack use? Or is that the... Which one's Wing Fury?
That is the 100% bonus damage in your lunging attack. It's bugged with something to not function on like the final hit of something, or correctly, or like it's either like the repose perk or something like that, or so that's gonna be built into it. But yeah,
Wait,
it definitely makes
it?
sense that for wave 20 assault, that like the only two weapons I ever think be capable of doing that obviously be the block axe or the axe or the power fist. That just makes sense. Just based on a playing
Is
bosses
Wing Fury an assault talent or a weapon talent? Sorry.
Wings of Fury is the first column row. On the one that's 100, it's like the pommel smash perk, the AOE on your lunge attack.
Oh, lunge attack. Oh, ew. I tried making one of those builds. People were telling me to like. I tried playing Bulwark with the hammer at one point, and they were like, "Yeah, just take a bunch of pommel smash talents. It works really well." And I was like, I get it, but it's so weird. Just spend your time kind of like bouncing away from people, bouncing back into them, bouncing away back into them.
It's so good.
Strange time. Yeah.
Zelda's, which
couldn't
one for the for like jumping? Oh, the Winged Fury one. No, I thought you were about Zealous Blow. I just totally zoned back through my chat for a second. But yeah, the Winged Fury is gimmicky. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
There are points in time where like a lunge attack. So for example, Rubric Marine, you just can't commit to anything, and so if they teleport, you'll get cooked. Just what happens. Like so, a lunging attack is just way safer to do versus them, so it's good for that. And the axe attack is just super short for its lunging attack compared to all of them. So it's pretty good, but losing armor reinforcement is just a mathematically better perk. That it just comes out to so much value that I don't think it's worth taking over.
That's the non-lethal gun strike one, right? Armor
Yeah.
reinforcement? That's obscene talent.
Yeah, getting
Carries
armor
soul.
back for a gun strike is just. I mean, you just plug the numbers. It's OP. Or not OP, but it's way better than the other options.
Generate hundreds of armor in a solo run. It's
Yep,
ridiculous.
generates hundreds of armor, which means you're basically generating untold amounts of damage reduction, or if you want to view it as HP, untold amounts of HP. Saved. I think people really underestimate damage reduction in this game. Like, it makes an enormous difference. Which is really all armor is. Just free damage reduction. Oh shit.
On your guard. That astropath is going to attack. It cannot be allowed to live.
Oh man, I missed using the Xenophage.
It's a good weapon.
I was so carried away with the axe, I forgot it existed.
We can talk about soup again. Your soup, Froggy. Kind of soup.
I think that was my pet peeve with Fist, was I just didn't find it, like, the goofiness of it I could get past because it can be kind of cool, but I just couldn't, it just was boring. I just didn't like the playstyle of it.
Power Fist is
All the
boring.
charges
It's just
there.
powerful.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Power Fist. It's what it
See what
is.
you did there.
This astropath does the
It reminds me of that one movie I've seen, The Wizard, like 1980.
Let's go back to my ignorance and exposure.
Alright, let's go back to the way back in the day. There was a movie for that Nintendo basically sponsored that came out in the 80s called The Wizard, and they showcased their new Power Glove for the NES or like the Super Nintendo. And they pulled out the movie looked sick, and like in real life, it was the trashiest gaming peripheral you've ever seen. It was mocap in the 80s. Okay, so we're already off to a bad start.
Damn.
That's how I felt about the Power Fist when it first came out. It's like, it's so bad. Just terrible, but then it got a buff.
Did it come out with the game?
Yes.
Or was it added?
It did.
Okay.
It did not have the range on the heavy attack, and the heavy attack did not one-shot anything. It was the worst weapon in the game by far for a very long time.
Yeah.
This wicked shrine is purified.
Now, allegedly, the heavy bolt rifle is bugged in the PPS on the scoped version. It doesn't have the damage buff for the other versions. So right now, the firepower variant, or even like potentially the ammo variant, I think, does more damage per headshot than the scoped version will, the headshot multiplier.
I actually did some napkin math on that the other day. I was like, the headshot multiplier of 1.35 had less base damage than the one with, like, the average one with 1.25. So if you just went for the base damage version, you were getting more natural and headshot damage. It was just like the most backwards worst balancing thing ever.
I think it was either like bugged in the PTS. So they buffed up all the base damage of the heavy bolt rifle options, but apparently like the scoped one either doesn't have. That's what 4.4 was telling me, anyways. Or said in his one thing that it's
I believe him.
I do believe him.
Seems pretty reliable.
I usually believe him. He only ever shows up in my chats to correct me, and I'm like, thank you.
I love that.
He's a hard he's a hard man to get a hold of. He's super punctual. He'll show up every time if you ask him to do really anything, and then he won't say anything, and then he'll leave. Phenomenal player though, but it's super nice guy though. That's like movies like Video Rome or The Thing rule. The Thing is very good. Great movie. So the heavy bolt rifle is anti-buff, or should run a version of less crit. I think it's just the scope version he said that's bad right now, or like a lower damage. So like the ammo variant and the firepower variant are both better at the moment. A Hellbrute will die.
Oh,
We've never killed one of these ever, Hayes.
Hellbrut?
Hellbrute.
Familiar.
Aura farm him. My emboldened stand.
Just doing my natural roll and going straight for the extremis.
Traitorous scum.
Now, I wish I could go. I want to go back in times when they said they fixed the stun lock. See if it's actually any better now. Because it feels that's the same. Remember they added that in the past way back when?
Yeah. That there was a diminishing return on knocks. I don't think that even remotely worked as they meant. Because it doesn't feel like stuns get any shorter, no matter how many you get in sequence. Okay, I'd like to swap roles. I don't like playing with these Rubric Marines. Can you take over these and I'll take the Hellbrute?
They're all there too.
God damn it.
There's gonna be more. I made it worse.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay, right. No, that makes sense. It's 50%. I was like, why are there more sorcerers? I've only just finished the last ones.
Oh, I fucked that up. Shit. Oh, behind the pistol fair.
There's so many Marines, what the hell?
Oh my goodness.
Where shall I plant this flag?
Oh, it actually got me. I had a dome through a wall.
Oh, row.
Bad. There are a lot of Marines out there. I'm totally at it. If you, I have banner. I do have banner up. If you did he parry the Xenophase? Yeah, he parried the Xenophase. All right, this should be fine. I'm just gonna plant it here.
You honor Gilliman's
I ran out of ammo. It's not looking good. Oh, I can pound him here. Unless you kill him. Nice.
A little sus.
Lovely. Dude, there's so many rubrics. What is this?
It's just the game, dude. It's Hellbrute Gilliman. That's actually a good one, Fallout. Hellbrute Gilliman. I fucking hate fighting that guy at the Xenophase. Because you don't do any damage off the intimidating aura with it. Like, block weapons make him snooze. You get a whole power roll off.
arrogance and ambition, avenging angel.
I've basically learned to play Assault using the Xenophase, which is
That's
crazy
just
to me
talking shit about the rubric.
now when I think about it, that I wasn't using a block weapon. Like, Assault just goes so well with block now.
Block is just
At
so
least with, like, a
fun.
ground pound.
So fun. Such a fun way
Yeah,
to play the
yeah,
game.
it is good. Satisfying.
But the most, there was a long time in this game where people really just fucking hated block weapons no matter what. No matter how much you tried to, like, you know, praise them, you, people just say fencing's better. I heard a lot of people say, like, fencing's better for defense, so, like, there's it's just not true sometimes. Or,
Well, anytime that you're, like, anything that... I think the strongest thing about block is that its reward comes not from gun strikes. Gun strikes are just inherently risky in this game.
yes, they
No
are.
matter how they...
They don't give you a
no matter
ton
how-
unless you have, like, armor reinforcement.
Yeah, like, you can be more ballsy with it if you've got the reinforcement, for sure, but it's like... How many people have died because they took a gun strike when it was just, like,
Yep.
net positive... sorry, net negative over positive. It's not even a noob error either. Like, sometimes it's just like, you don't know, you think the gun strike's safe to take, and as soon as you click it, an animation starts, like a grab animation starts or something, and it just... There are just some fucky timings in this game that... It's like they're there to tilt you.
I would say it's, yeah, the gun strikes especially sometimes just get eaten all the time in this game. People don't want to learn an attack pattern, that is true.
The worst thing about gun strikes, I don't know if you've had this, I don't know if it's my internet, which it shouldn't be, but do you ever find that there are certain guns where you quickly aim and then shoot? Like, take the multi-melter, for instance. You always want to be aim shotting it because it does more damage. I found that, like, I will aim, shoot. Like, you can see on my input overlay on my stream that it's not up to date, but I'm definitely aiming first. I shoot and it gun strikes me instead of doing an aim shot, and that's like, I can't avoid that. That's just the game being the game.
Target the possessed speed, brothers.
But you can only parry parryable attacks with a balanced weapon. I mean, well, yes, that is technically true. Are you magical? I thought Xenophase is a balanced weapon, not a fencing weapon, because you can parry with it? I mean, they can both parry. Let me reread what you just said. I thought... Hold on, somebody's saying... Did he parry with the Xenophase blade? Are you magical? I thought the Xenophase blade was a balanced weapon, not a fencing weapon. I thought you can only parry parryable attacks with a balanced weapon. Well, if it's a parryable attack and you're parrying it, then... Yes. That sounds like a... I'm not misreading that, am I? It sounds like the floor is floored. Yes, you only parry the parry attack. The parryable
Wait, we
attack.
did two things?
Poor guy was misinformed, but like that...
Oh, dude, this map is so interesting in that, like, the two rooms that we just got are so much faster than if you have to do that, like, cathedral thing in the middle that keeps exploding, and the three, like, power cell shits.
Oh, that potion's like the worst portion of this map.
Yeah.
I love this map, though. Great.
Yeah, it's the only fun Chaos one, in my opinion.
That's the only
All
Chaos
the
missions
others
I
have
play
something
anymore.
annoying.
They all have
Yeah.
some like boring
So
map
it's-
layout.
There
It really
we go.
goes to show that the map layout for the Chaos mission is actually worse than the faction is. In my opinion.
Oh, I say it all the time, dude. Couldn't agree more. It's not that Chaos is like strictly that much less fun to play against. It's that Reliquary, Obelisk, Fall of Atreus, they're all so annoying to play.
But dude, they're fucking buns. They were absolute buns for their map design. Yeah, the objective on Fall of Atreus used to be worse. You used to have to charge up the battery multiple times.
That's just
Way back when.
yeah.
Time to fight.
he's saying that
I don't
this
even know
fight
what
is
the
also good.
fuck to do against this. Like I found like the little orb things here to shoot out. I never understood like the proper way to just. I've always taken damage.
So someone said you sprint sideways relative to them. You don't use dodges. You just sprint, and then only use dodge on his attacks, and you can actually get away with it hitless. I was like, oh, didn't expect it to work, but it did.
That makes sense.
Oh,
I'll say my only thing I don't like about this boss solo is that you don't really have the opportunity to get a proper combo off on him ever. It's almost always like a ping pong game. Ow. Oh my god. I was really in like the worst possible spot for that.
Damn it. So close to getting ammo.
It is forcing us further into the corruption.
Whatever realm this is, we are not welcome. Malevolence tears at our spirits, brothers. Whoever finds us an exit will have my thanks.
The Emperor shines a beacon for us.
I am free of that darkness. Now to eliminate its source. Remove those tentacles at once.
Alright. Let's cook that. This boss is so good.
Yeah.
This is also a shockingly hard boss, like day one, where it's like, wait, hold on. What are the mechanics of this guy like? I wonder what the 200 Prime's gonna be like. I have to wonder. If we get back-to-back banger bosses,
I hope so.
Where shall I plant this flag?
Damn, we're chopping them up.
you handle Xenophase. What chapter are you?
It's just Salamander.
Salamander.
Down that arcane barrier. Will this grotesquerie never end? Do not let a single unholy cur touch that beast, friends.
Yeah, damn, I miss playing this weapon. It's got
Yeah,
such a
watching
fun
Apparent
flow to
dodge
it.
this boss makes you realize how much I suck at this game. This boss is just, I mean, this has a lot of knowledge checks. It's really 90% of Space Marine 2. Would you agree, Hayes, that 90% of Space Marine 2's difficulty is just a knowledge check of like what's going to actually kill you?
1,000,000%.
I would say it's like
I would
most of
say
it.
mechanically, and don't get me like, oh shit, oh, this
As,
is what
as
happens
we go
when I
to,
push the talk. Literally, as I'm saying how easy the game is, I just fucking die. No, the difficulty, the mechanics in this game are not hard. Like, don't get me wrong, when I say mechanics, I mean like the ability to press all the right buttons at the right time is
Yes.
very easy. There's only so many things to press. Like,
I'd say the
mechanical
hardest
difficulty, like
mechanical
Apex,
difficulty
or WoW.
is a bolt sniper rifle.
yeah,
Probably.
literally. The only thing that has like
Bolt sniper
risk reward of
versus
aiming.
enlightened Zangors 24/7.
So I'm not sure if you can see me right now, but when I sprint, they basically all the projectiles miss, which is nice. But yeah, no, 1,000,000% what you said. It's knowledge.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Fucking boss. He's dropping the disco right on top of me. Yeah.
I wrestle with inner corruption.
I mean, I never found like the laser beams that shoot you. It's only you just come at the very beginning, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's gotta like take a time bit of armor damage there. But if all you have to do is just hit me, we're gonna die to push the talk. Coming.
The beast nears its end. We need only push it into oblivion.
Sending it.
I like how he gets sucked back into the warp like he's being exiled. I'm not sure if that's actually lore accurate, but
Looks cool.
why do you think many people hate Vortex? Hayes, why do you think many people hate Vortex?
I don't know. They have bad taste.
Because they can't fight the boss is probably the answer.
Wait, they don't like it because the bot. Wait, say that again. Was that a joke? Did I miss it? Am I?
No, somebody actually asked me, why do you think many people hate Vortex? And I'm like, probably because they're bad at fighting the boss. Probably the reason.
Maybe. I mean, you don't get the dopamine of getting the victory screen if you can't do the boss. It was a pain to learn the boss because I don't use mods in the game, not for like any reason. I'm just lazy. And so the only way I could learn the boss was at the end of a run, and I was doing them in solos. So it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to learn. But No, it's a really good map. I think it's awesome. It's got a really nice flow to it. Some of the objectives are annoying, don't get me wrong. I don't like the room where the thing keeps exploding on you because the room is buggy. And I don't like the having to do 3 generators in the other room because it just I've spent a quarter of an hour in there before if I'm not playing like a super fast spec. But overall, it's so many orders of magnitude better than any other Chaos map.
I could definitely agree with that. This is the best Chaos map by far. Somebody said because Chaos is one of the hardest factions with meatballs, multiple sorcerers, and annoying objectives. True. And on the note of this game's being mechanically easy, that's why somebody asked me, or people ask me all the time, what's harder, this game or Darktide? I'm like, it's just... Darktide actually has, like, proper mechanics in it. There are, like, frame-perfect things you can do, where, like, a Tier 1 trauma player is, like, a god of the game. It's very obvious. There's nothing... There does get a point in Space Marine 2 where, like, okay, all pairings don't look the same, because there's only so much the enemy will actually, or the game will actually do to you. Where, if you,
Yeah, I think the mechanical skill in this, from my experience, actually comes from being patient, and knowing when to take the attacks, and it's just, yeah, like you said, knowledge.
It's decision making. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
All the game
exactly. Biggest lesson I learned in getting semi-decent at PvE was to dodge more and to just not trade as much and not be so aggressive, because it's not that you don't know the trade, like you don't know what trade is going to be positive for you. It's that if you commit to a trade and then something unexpected happens, which it does, and you're relying on that trade to just come out positively, you're just inviting unknowns. And yeah, if you're just more patient and you play more backwards, you never really die.
Play backwards.
You don't die, you don't lose.
Speaking of killing...
Do you know what I mean? Like, you just kind of like bouncing backwards with dodges and
Oh, absolutely. I think
like funneling everything in front of you.
The number one tip for people is like the little backdash you do has a better recovery frame than the full roll. So useful. Like when you play heavy, that's what you learn. That's the biggest thing you learn.
I actually learned that from watching you. I was like, he uses it. Like, I noticed how much you use the backdash, and I started using it more.
So good.
Yeah, made a massive difference. I actually rebound my dodge because I was playing like an absolute pleb. I used to have sprint on shift and dodge on control. Can you imagine the gymnastics my little finger was doing in trying to go between sprinting and dodging 700 times in operation?
I think you mentioned that to me on our on the Xenophase play when we did a month ago. That was definitely you know, you don't play Darktide. You ever got into Darktide? There's a new class going on top. That is coming December.
Darktide is one of those things where I play it. Every time I play it, something else comes out just as I'm getting into it. Like, I started to get into it, and then the PTS for this got announced, and I was like, well, I guess it's back to SM2.
Hold on.
So I've never really... I wasn't around when everyone was playing.
Oh, my chat's lying to this guy. I asked when is patch 11 going to be released, and they said November 17th and delayed till January 6th. It's 25th in November. Actually, just like, this is just straight up a lie. They just told this person and nobody corrected it.
It's nice to know that your chat is as much a troll as mine.
It always are. It always are. This. Yeah, we're saying about Darktide. Darktide is in a way better spot now. Fat Shark is really good at designing a PvE game. They almost never miss when it comes to like long-term balancing. It's just they always have horrible launches.
Yeah, it was a bit to get my head around because I didn't really understand a few things because I'm also just stupid. And it was a different format to what I like played. I struggle to get into games when everyone else around me knows stuff and is like, hey, you just go into this, do that. Like, it's kind of why I've been enjoying Ark, because I'm fresh to it. Like,
how is that game, by the way? For things. Yeah,
Ark is really good. It's giving me like fresh MMO grind vibes, at least with the PvE, and the PvP is kind of like it's one of those games that's got a lot of character because it's slow. Like, the movement is slow and clunky. It's a bit like Space Marine in that it's like a little slow to respond through character, not through bad design. Like, it's intentionally not fast paced to invite a certain type of gameplay, and it's a charming game, and you have some real like it's the players that make it as well. The players make the highs and the lows, and the players keep it from being the same repetitive thing over and over again.
Do you think that's
never
gonna
know
get
what you're
worse
gonna
in time? Like as the game gets more, gets like a sweatier player base, like the player base is gonna get less and less enjoyable to be around.
So it's a tightrope for them. I think they've got a real hard job ahead of them. I think they have to keep the content fresh to keep casual players invested in playing it, because as soon as the casuals go out and you're left with just the sweats, the magic of it being I'm not going to call it a mass, like it's not an MMO, but it has that feeling. And anytime you string out the casual base and you're just left with the like sweaty players, it immediately becomes less fun and more about like efficient gameplay, and it's less magic.
I definitely agree with that. Where it's like once the casuals leave, it's probably like Space Marine, because like I think Space Marine, they've done a pretty good job of keeping both players. Where it's like there's content for everybody currently.
Yeah.
I feel like Space Marine, in my opinion on the game's difficulty, not to go completely off topic of whatever we said, but my opinion on the game's difficulty in this case, there's enough here to engage you if you're interested in the game. It's not like particularly like crazy hard, but I don't feel like I'm not thinking ever, and that's all I really want from a game. You know, I want to interact with the system, and Arc seems like it does that as well. While also giving the players.
It's going to be interesting because right now everyone has got the massive dopamine hit of grinding up through multiple tiers of levels. Like, because the gear system is like your typical. Starts with white rarity, goes to green, goes to blue, goes to epic, goes to legendary, sort of thing. Like it's so basic in that respect. Once everyone is all on like the level of epics, that whole dopamine feedback, fast progression, really invested loop ends, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see how they manage it, because they can't make that unless they do seasonal restarts. So yeah, I will just have to see. Right now it's great. I don't know what its legs are like. It's up to them. Extraction shooters can have legs. Look at Tarkov. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not.
Tarkov got shot and like, you know, it just stumbled over, shot its own foot, fell down, like the gun went off in its head. It was just it was pretty rough what happened to that game.
I don't even know anything about Tarkov. This is my first extraction shooter, and
Tarkov swindled its player base is what happened, pretty much. They made like a PvE mode. They put a PvE mode behind like a $500 price tag, like $400 price tag.
Wait, what?
It was insane. It was an incredibly like staggeringly greedy decision, even for like games.
Oh, wow.
And it was so bad that I know chat would know. How bad was Tarkov? I know some people here play Tarkov. How expensive was it for like the PvE mode? Something crazy.
Because it was like a early access game for ages, right? Like it had quite a late alpha. It had quite a late 1.0 release or something. Or am I just completely misunderstanding?
It has a it was a good game until they basically made it like a pay to, like, not even pay to win. It's just pay to play the PvE, which a lot of people wanted, because what was happening was the game had so many cheaters in the online that it was just becoming like unfun for a lot of players to even like go in, because you know, an extraction shooter where you lose all your gear to an invincible guy that instant headshots you around a corner.
Oh, just infuriating.
Yeah, it's like you just lost all your stuff.
The stakes in extraction shooter. Again, that's part of the charm of the game, but it's not charming if someone's cheating. Like that's not charm. That's just toxic.
I mean, I can't imagine. I don't even know how that's fun for anybody, cheater or the.
Yeah, agree. I have very strong feelings on cheaters, and in fact, cheaters is one of the main reasons I love the SM2 PvE. Is because it's like I've played a lot of shooters in my time and have spent a lot of time being plagued by cheaters, and it's so unfun. It's nice to be able to play a game mode where it's like it's a challenge. I don't have to think about cheaters. Okay, I can just play the game and not worry about anyone else.
Fred like says, "Ew, you're playing the Brit." We love the British. We've had many. I was just looking
at ping's looking good for.
That's how I'm on the East Coast, so it's actually pretty easy for me to play with UK.
Okay. That would make sense. Yeah, I didn't even consider it, and I didn't feel it at all today. It's felt good.
right by the coast, pretty much. The best thing you're getting the whole U.S.
Yeah, most of the time I play with people from the US, they're on like 120, so I guess they're
All the on
central,
West Coast or
that's
Central.
Right, okay.
I play with some people from Australia. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, no, we've got one Australian in chat, the heretic himself, and yeah, he's like a 300 ping kind of job.
normal lock. Jokes. Shadow Knight says jokes on you, Haze, man. I heard about cheaters in PvE as well. Yeah, dude. Didn't you hear? Everyone that's true solos Space Marine 2 is a cheater.
I mean, the thing is, right, I wouldn't even give a fuck if there was, because it doesn't affect me. Like, it doesn't change my run, it doesn't change my difficulty. It would annoy me if I set, like, some fucking siege record and then someone comes in and is like, yo, I did better, and then they were cheating. That would be annoying. But, like, if there was leaderboards, but there isn't, so it's...
If there were leaderboards, it's,
Yeah.
I feel like they're never... I mean, if Dark Tide won't add leaderboards, this game never will.
No, have you noticed, though, when you go onto Siege, it actually shows you your highest wave achieved?
Yeah, that's cool.
I still have
Yeah.
explosives to place, brothers.
I think people just like seeing that to a point. And like in Siege, you know, it's like Call of Duty Zombies thing where everybody would be like the and that game actually had leaderboards though. I think it still does.
Yeah, they were always, like, abused to shit.
Yeah, they were bugged or hacked or whatever was what the point is. I mean, that's every leaderboard for a PvE game ever.
Yeah.
It's
for
like
sure.
the same thing like the arena mode in Witcher 2 where the top PC leaderboard was just like, ah, yes, it's the max possible points. I'm sure that was totally legitimately
Charge is
done.
wired.
But I can't Redleg said I can't hear you over the sound of your bad teeth, Oliver Twist. I think there's a
Whoa,
fish that
bro.
needs to be fired somewhere. That needs to be fried somewhere. That is a wow. That's an
Jesus.
intense comment, Redleg.
Wait, who was that?
It's Redleg. That's your guy. That's he watches you too.
I was gonna say, this guy
shitting
thinks
on
he's
you.
getting... Yeah.
I still have explosives to place, brothers.
That is pure British racism.
Yeah. Right for the teeth as well, Jesus.
Slanderous. Fuck that, USA. He's remind him that we get free dental care thanks to NHS. Fuck that, USA. True. We also have a better education system.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying the Brits have better education system than America?
Oh, definitely.
Really? I think the education system in the UK is fucking trash sometimes.
Dude,
Sometimes.
you ever been to the US?
True.
you ever been to the US, dude? Like,
To be fair, right? And the Red Leg's gonna have a field day now. But I'm Welsh, and I think the schooling is worse in Wales than it is in England. So
you're Welsh.
I know. I can't wait to hear him crank out the Welsh joke.
Yeah, he's gonna like go. Hold on, let me find out where that
bastard
is.
here.
Where are all the stereotypes? Let me write them down. Real quick. Yeah, Norman Oscar says goodness, strong statement. Yeah, he's doing it tongue in cheek though. It's Red Leg, so we know he don't mean it.
Yeah. I'm right. He's going on the list, dude.
Yeah, he's on the list. If for anyone else, we ban him from chat.
Exactly.
Insta banned. Yeah. No good Welsh
You're
joke.
West British, says Son of Dawn.
West British. You know, I'm technically German. That's the thing.
Wait, as in like?
As in my
born
mother.
or
My
heritage?
mother was born there, raised there.
Oh no way.
Never been though, so it's honorary. Yeah. A heritage. thing. Like technically,
Yeah, I mean,
technically dual
7
citizen.
generations ago, my family came from Italy, so you know, I'm basically mafia. is
Well,
what
that's
I'm
not
saying.
this. That's not the same as second generation. Okay, that ain't the same. You couldn't go back and claim your heritage. You'd be like, can I be a citizen of your country?
I'd show up in Sicily and be like,
We're
"Hey,
not expecting such illustrious company.
mi hermanos."
Nehemiah.
Strikes, my lords. It's the relay that's getting hammered right now.
Aggressively
Their leader
Italian.
will cross that bridge, and in short order, die to
I got all the gestures.
As you know, that way back when mods were able to be used on release in public lobbies, so you'd have bulwarks randomly in your game under Hammer, before it was actually added to them.
I did see that, yeah.
Pretty nuts.
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge.
This game's such a funny collection of like just weird things.
They weren't around it. They're busy making so many games every year. It's
What else have they made? Like what else is on there?
it's all this it's an incredibly long list. I don't know any name of by Space Marine 3, but it is a very
Yeah,
long
I know
list.
what you mean. You know it's a big list, not that you know the list.
Yeah, I don't know the list, but it's a big list. Okay. There's a lot of stuff on it. Oh, cool, Lamenters? Yeah, we're playing Lamenters.
Got a pile up below.
The Hive Tyrant is on its way, but it is a horde of Xenos between you and it. Dig in for the long haul.
I love it when the plasma pistol doesn't overheat.
Alright. Red Leg says, Welsh, ... That explains the sheep in the background. You know, do you own any clothing not made of wool? You know he just went to like the Wikipedia to look that up. He's just like, Welsh, hold on, what are they known for?
You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure.
Are there a lot of sheep
I mean,
in-
that's not the worst.
That's not. I mean, Red Leg, do you not wear wool clothes? Aren't wool shirts pretty nice?
Bayonets. They're on us.
Yeah, that's pretty tame.
Oh, there we go. Norse chipping in with the old reliable.
What did it say? Oh yeah, okay. I'm not reading that one. You ever read a comment? You ever read a comment and it's like it just gets progressively more unhinged while you're reading it, and you're like, shit,
Just
fuck.
trail off,
And you're like,
oh, never mind.
Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos leader beast will be in visual range shortly.
Bayonets. They're on us.
Behold, enemies on our mission, Xenos champion.
You gotta be careful when you say those sorts of things. Make you start accusing you of being racist.
yep.
Give the Hive beast a moment.
Wait, the British thing?
Charges now.
The Welsh thing.
The Welsh thing? The sheep, which one? The other one? The Norse one or the other one?
The Norse one.
Oh, okay.
Die, beast.
I know nothing of European culture, so I don't know what's actually offensive to them. So it's
Yeah, it's like if I tried to be offensive to Americans, it would be the most basic.
it's
like,
very easy.
Just yeah, I mean, I guess there are certain things that are easy, but
I'll give you a
you would
list if
just
you
know
want
I
some.
have no idea.
I
About
can give you a list of like progressively more deep insults to
Confirm the
Americans.
lieutenant's assessment.
Number
Enemy
one,
invasion still in full
they love
effect.
Chick-fil-A.
That beast is not yet dead.
See, that's pretty tame. We're starting with the easy ones.
Yeah, we're starting with the easy ones. What's
Yeah.
Americans were fat. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I think the Americans' fat and the British teeth are on the same level of just like
Yeah.
stereotypes.
One of them is a statistical fact. The other one's more just a stereotype.
Wasn't gonna say it, but
Yeah,
yeah, I was
yeah.
giving you the benefit of the doubt there.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, one of them statistically true though. Like, most Americans are fat.
Dude, UK's got a,
Yeah,
got a
it's
pretty
pretty
big,
bad. It's pretty bad.
fatty problem as well.
Pretty big fatty problem. What was there? There
I
was
didn't mean to say
one.
it like that.
Yeah, there's a UK show called Fat Families, where they
Oh wow.
and like the UK, like dude, British shows about fat people have like they have no filter.
I think Scotland and Wales are pretty bad for it. Yeah. Plenty. But there's plenty of chonk in this on this side of the pond.
Target is alive.
Pretty chonk in the world.
Pursue and eliminate.
Chonky plays.
We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
America got there first. Pretty crazy comment. That's true. Number one in the world, world first, being fat, fast country. It was funny. This is one of the best maps in the game. It's kind of easy, but as far as like layout, I think the capitation's done very well.
Have we not had a terminus? I can't remember.
I don't think so. Doesn't give us one sometimes. The only thing I don't like about this map, doesn't have a lot of triggers. I like 3 or 4.
Are some maps more likely to have terminus than others then?
I mean, I have no actual, data to back
you
this
just-
up, but my
just feels and
vibes tell me that Vox Liberatus gives you fewer bosses than most maps do, at least for a very long time, especially in True Solo. And this one as well makes it skip occasionally.
Vox is interesting because you can get both the Tyranid and a Chaos boss in one map. Like that's it's definitely a plus point for the game, but
The operation after this one, after this upcoming one, is going to have both Tyranids and Chaos
oh,
again.
nice. Okay. The only thing I don't like about Vox is the ending room. To be fair, I don't think it's that bad a mission, but the ending room is really tough. Like on True Solo, I struggled with it on attack. I died quite literally pressing the 4th pylon twice. It was very tight. Like I'm 3 seconds away from ending the mission and I die. I'm like, okay, go again.
I feel that. I just feel like the Chaos mission is just like, you get to a point where it's like, oh, we're to the shit part. Or that's what it always feels like, every single one of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Or it's like, oh yes, we're at the, I have to interact with this one object by myself while there's like 15 guys shooting me.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a servo skull to do its business for the 17th time.
Holy shit.
Like, just dive in. Nope, you're saving. Do you ever just commit to an attack, even though you know it's going to end really badly for you, but you're like, but if it works, it'll be awesome. Like right now,
The rite of passage.
Oh, look at that.
That's the kind of attack that you commit to, and everyone's like, you're shit. It's all flubar, it's all lies. Everything you've ever done in this game, fraudulent.
I'm definitely guilty for just committing to like stupid plays where if it works out, then it'll be really cool, but it just never works out. People think it's like it's just like a lack of knowing better, but it's not. It's just arrogance.
Twice the pride, double the fall. It's Count Dooku episode 2.
Ah.
For the hit movie Attack of the Clones.
Dude, I jammed out to that movie.
You guys, everybody else watch Attack of the Clones, the hit film, 2002? The smug look of superiority. Yeah, there's actually like, have you ever seen that meme? There's like a nerd book where they go over all the characters and like their outfits for Star Wars, and when it got to Count Dooku, it has like a little line that points to his eye and it says sinister look of superiority. Like somebody actually just came up with that. It's like an actual official, the official data book thing.
I like it.
It's funny.
I can vibe with that.
Into the breach once more. Where shall I?
When the Xenophase blade was fencing or block, never been near the melee weapon again. True. Whew.
The Emperor demands your purgation.
Can't tell if hot take or not, but this boss should not be staggerable. It would be way more entertaining.
That is why they made it so no boss could ever be staggered again. They learned from this one.
Bask in the Emperor's glory.
This is probably the most bullied boss in this game. A lot of people still struggle with this one though. They have no idea. Like,
Yeah, funny enough, when you play a block weapon, it's considerably more challenging than just parrying into them.
The creature is undergoing some kind of.
I guess the armor thing, the double block stuns him, right? The little explosion.
yeah.
I feel a storm coming. The monster beckons it.
It's funny because Hive Tyrant's probably the strongest. It's the strongest of all the Tyranids in lore. All the bosses we have in the game, really. You think they dropped a bridge on it?
Yeah, this. I mean, you could say that this is like a weakened version because it it is impaled by bridge.
Yeah,
Right
so
now.
there is a bridge on his shoulder. That's true. But even then, Hive Tyrants are so strong that it really shouldn't matter. Anything a lot more than a bridge. But you know, the scaling for like Tyranids has never made any sense in lore because allegedly, you know, a Tyranid warrior is supposed to comfortably be able to 1v1 the Stardies, and like if those numbers are true and there are like trillions of Tyranid warriors, you just lose. You just always we lose every single engagement. He is missing an arm. That is true.
Into Damocles. Fox jamming.
Get that fourth arm.
Yeah, fighting us with one hand behind his back.
Yeah, he is missing an arm. Get that fourth arm. Yeah, that. Is that a heroic plasma gun? No. A plasma pistol.
To be fair, if it wasn't for lore inconsistencies, you wouldn't have like the awesome little tales, right? Of like heroic acts beating the odds. It would literally just be like numbers game. Here's what went into the battle. This is the obvious outcome.
I mean, lore accuracy breaks in the tabletop all the time anyway, so... Or it's like,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like your guy, It's like, yeah, those are the stats for the guy. It's like one guy's super likely to win, but the other guy
Yeah,
could
this-
roll all perfect
Yeah,
rolls.
exactly. Like, there's RNG and stuff, but it's like that in real life. Like you know, you never know which way a
FTG,
fight's gonna go.
what do you think of new specific strategy modifiers where it swaps enemies faction? I think it's a great one. That was great. Very well done. It's just the numbers don't make sense, that's all.
Yeah, I did see a short, and it was some some guy.
Oh, it's already
his
wrong,
girl-
it's a short.
He was explaining to his girlfriend, or so she was asking him. She was like, "So there's 1 trillion planets, and there's 1 trillion space marines. So there's only one per planet." And he's like, "Well, yeah." And she's just going through like all the major plot holes. And he's like, "Yeah, but we don't think about that. We think about the cool things that they can do."
Yeah, we don't worry about how actually fucking tiny the Stardust chapter is. Like,
Yeah.
1,000 guys is not a lot. Not a lot of guys. That would get very little done on an actual planet. Flesh Terrors now? Alright, they say we should play Flesh Terrors. Probably my last one, so
Yeah,
not a
that sounds
bad
good.
idea.
Which classes you pick? I don't care. I'll play anything.
I'll play Tactical. I don't care.
Let's go Takvan then.
Tactical
Flesh Terror.
Vanguard.
My PvP mortal enemies. The bane of the Dark Krakens. I give my chat
PvP.
boo.
Let us see here. Where are they? Perfect. My drip is immaculate. Double Melta? Ready to Melta up?
Yeah, sure. I need to make a bit of a drip. 2
A
seconds.
bit of a drip.
A bit of a drip.
Have I rated Haze's drip yet? No, I'm not.
Today I've been pretty on point.
Yeah, it's been
I
on
mean,
point.
right now I need to undo the salamandification of this, but
How invested in 40k lore are you, Haze? That's a real question. Guys don't give a fuck. I can tell by just the
No.
the aura of the response that you don't give a fuck, dude.
I mean, if somebody's gonna get up in arms about it, I'm not gonna care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Right,
He is
let me
not.
just-
Okay. Copy. A tourist, he says. Okay.
once I get sort of into a chapter, I like to, you know, I like to play as them. I like to make sure the things are accurate to what they should be. Like my my Red Talons and Dark Kraken fits are like as close as you could get in the game. Like I do look into it, but yeah, I have such a limited knowledge of this universe that half the time I put like I will play attack Custodes, bro. I don't give a shit. It looks great. I have fun.
Custodians are, I mean, you're a super short custodian. You ever seen the actual size of a Primarch compared to like a Victrix Guard guy? I'll show you.
I know the Primarch's like 10 feet tall, right?
And they actually made like a to scale model of like, you know, the Victrix guys. So like this is how big they actually are. It looks almost goofy how big they are. Huge.
Oh, what the fuck? They're like double the size of a
Absolutely
Primarch.
huge.
Are those Primaris that he's with?
Those are Victrix Guards, yes. Yeah.
Is that what we are in the game, effectively?
Kind of. I mean, they're both Primaris, but they're
a bit bigger than us.
Victrix Guard are Primaris, right? Yes. They are. Well, they're in a lead formation of a Reticulum. I think they probably. Guys, chat, actually answer me this. Do they have Primaris and Firstborn in the Victrix Guard?
God, I haven't played the Melter Rifle in a hot minute.
Yes, but it's messy. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they made Calgar a Primaris, but he wasn't originally anyways. I don't know. I feel like there was no point to have Primaris. I mean, the armor's okay. Some people hate it, though. But the armor's, like, okay. Yeah, Calgar is now Primaris. That is true.
Wait, I thought you went through a Primar. I thought Titus goes through the Primaris.
Yeah, the Rubicon surgery, but Calgar also went through it before. They were both firstborns. It's kind of just like
a. Bigger than Titus.
Yeah, he's just built different.
Okay, fair enough.
That's really all.
Got to account for that, I guess, too.
Yeah, have you ever considered he's just fucking him? Like,
yeah. Okay, tell me what you think.
Let's see. Let me see. That's good. I don't see anything offensive.
I've de-salamandered it, so I took all the flames off and the cool stuff. There's no longer leather on my shoulder.
Yeah, when you're the chapter master, you automatically get like an extra foot. That's how it goes.
Oh, okay, I see.
Titus in 5 years. I mean, they probably will make Titus the chapter master eventually in tabletop.
Very good. Whoever welded these connections is worthy of high praise.
I do like how slow the story is progressing. Like, will they do like a big lore dump at some point, or is this actually how 40k lore progresses?
This is the most progression 40k lore has probably had in like 5 years. It's a lot. It's like,
bro, the game came out, they did the story, and then they dropped a mini kit with a little excerpt saying, "Oh, by the way, these two dudes died." Lol, rip. And then that's
the 500 world's gonna have like a narrative in it. So it's and there's some books released every now and then, but 40k lore doesn't like. I mean, they want to keep selling models. Like the lore will continue with the price stuff, but at least it's not like Magic the Gathering, where Magic the Gathering just became donkey. But like, so a lot of people are upset about Chiron and what's his face, Akron dying. But this guy hates 40k. This guy hates 40k, chat.
Okay. Chiron a little bit, but also I don't know how many times you play the campaign. How much?
I don't know. Were you there when the word bearers burned Cal?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Doesn't give a fuck. This guy hates 40k. This guy.
I'm just here to vibe out and look cool.
But no, so the thing is, Chiron is like a 10,000 gold marine. And they kind of got rid of him. He was there with Rabute Gillen and the Primarch. Well, not like, buddying with them, but he was on the same planet when Cal burned 10,000 years ago, and like all the Ultramarines got betrayed. So he has a lot of backstory, and they just got rid of him. He's like one of the first Primaris ever, pretty much. Yeah, what do you know about Magnus?
As in, like, him trying to warn.
Alright, good. At
ripping
least
a
he knows,
warp.
like, the most...
I know a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I know a little bit about the Horus Heresy, like, because everyone tells you to
About
start there.
Sanguinius.
Well, other than he was a little bitch, yeah, there's not much more I know.
Alright, damn this man.
No, the only thing I know about Sanguinius is that you like Sanguinius, so I had to slip it in there. You
I
know?
can't believe that. This is needless shade. Sanguinius is pretty cool. I'm gonna say the coolest. Not me.
I've heard you say this.
I would do things with Sanguinius.
Who did he?
Have you said that?
Who did he die to again? Who did he get his ass handed to him?
Yeah, the guy who was empowered by all 4 Chaos Gods, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one he lost to. Yeah, I recall.
Yeah, the Emperor also almost lost to that guy, just saying.
Nah, the Emperor was just holding back.
I mean, that is true, but the Emperor's also just like actually him. So,
Yeah, true. Is the one.
the Emperor was just like, he was the most powerful Psyker in the entire setting. I think compared to like the Eldar ones, it's pretty intense how OP he was. You know who Malkador is?
No. Who's Malkador?
He
I
was
recognize
like-
the name, but
He was the right-hand man of the Emperor. He was like he's just a normal-ass human Psyker, just built different and just like OP. For like no apparent reason. He was perpetuals, he was immortal, but besides that, he's just a really, really OP human Psyker. Oh, shit.
can they please do something about the ammo economy on Vanguard?
Never. That comes past 13.
That comes when that comes after Tech Marines.
You have to actually beg them for that. Yeah, do you know who Dante is? Vorgogum, the thing
Sounds
for the
like
Prime
a
Sub.
Blood Angel.
Oh, he is. He's our chapter master at the moment. He's what the armor's based on, basically. Well, the armor, so they're basing the new armor for him off of whatchamacallit, the captain model they made recently, the Blood Angels captain.
Did you all specs then?
I did.
I was way too lost in the source.
The sauce is deep and thick.
The new golden dude. Again, bro. Couldn't they just give like a really cool red assault pack to Blood Angels? I'm that basic, I know. I like.
All right, listen, we're gonna start a class at some point, and like I'll get
Sorry?
you. So we're gonna start a class, and I'll get you and Mr. Ian, and we're gonna like flood the board and teach you all this. It's very important. It's very
So I have
important.
heard about the
understand.
Sanguinary Guard, and that they are like perfect warriors, like immaculate flow in battle, weaving around each other, very cool things. But Blood Angels should be flying and red and not statue.
Well, they're like
looking
they're supposed to be like Sanguinius, where some of them sprout wings. The firstborn ones do, and no one really knows why. Just like what the fuck. Sanguinius had wings, and a lot of people. The big question was like, okay, was that actually an intended design on Sanguinius, or was it just a warp mutation? Because all the Primarchs got like tossed into the warp. So
yeah, by a salty wife. Yeah, I remember. I knew that part.
Yeah, they got tossed into the warp, and when he popped out on the planet of Baal, all like the local peasantry, they found his this perfect baby, and they're like, oh, he's a perfect baby, except he has wings. He's a mutant. Should probably kill him. And they decided not to, but because they're like, alright, it's just like a normal healthy kid. Besides the fact he has like these fucked up wings. So they kept him around.
Immortal.
Yeah, then it turned out to be a big W because he killed all the mutants for them and like basically turned the entire horribly irradiated moon into like a livable location. So it was a really great choice on their part, the local peasantry. Oh fuck, I'm just gonna die if I. Point is, okay, that Sanguinius was afraid forever from that point forward that they were just gonna cook him. The Emperor would just get rid of him kind of as a mutant.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because he had so much faith in his father, of course.
Oh, he did. He loved the Emperor.
Doesn't it? I think someone said I saw a meme that was like, couldn't the Horus Heresy have been avoided if the Primarchs just had access to a tiny bit of therapy, just a little bit of therapy.
Listen, the Horus Heresy can have been avoided in many staggering ways.
Considering that the Emperor made like the Custodes, who are like intellectual super beings, they're like they transcend the abilities of man in not just combat, but like I remember reading about they're like handcrafted. They're all geniuses at their crafts, like they're doctors, engineers, and then you've got the Primarchs.
The way
who are,
I
like,
would put
Kareem brothers.
The Primarchs are superior to Custodes, and the Custodes are superior to the whatchamacallit. They're superior to the Space Marines. But the big thing about Custodes is that their perfection is like the best way I could describe a Custodes' perfection is it's perfect like an AI is perfect. You know, it's not human. It's like there's something intrinsically lost in them that makes them that way. Like they're so warp resistant, and like being warp resistant in space, like in 40K. To the degree that Custodes is, like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
there's something like intrinsically broken about them as people. So,
weren't they made to originally? They're not even meant to be like a combat thing. That's just a secondary effect of being so OP. Like they were made to lead humanity by just being like unaffected by humans' flaws people.
The Custodes were like the personal guard of the Emperor. So like the Emperor was a top tier geneticist. I mean, he had some help as well, but like one of the biggest things that he was good at was just like he had amazing knowledge of genetic engineering, which is how he made the Custodes first. He used them on top of the Thunder Warriors to basically win back Earth or Terra.
Yeah.
And the Custodes were handcrafted. They still make them. Like the knowledge of how to make them is still known.
Okay.
They just can't make them as fast or as effectively as the Emperor can. But or could.
I definitely watched the video. I mean, it's probably down to this person's interpretation, but like their original purpose wasn't to be the Emperor's Guard. That was more like a repurpose that happened during the Heresy. They were made to like establish control, and then they were to like retire their military obligations and basically be like almost more just politicians and leaders. Like that was their actual intended purpose.
For the Primarchs or the Custodes?
The Custodes.
I think it was also. I mean, there were Primarchs like Rabute Gilliman that thought after all the fighting, like, okay, we're gonna retire and like be politicians and stuff.
Yeah.
But how much of that was actually on the plan of the Emperor, we're not really sure, because the Emperor's kind of a tyrant. He did just want to, like, he wanted humanity to be number one, but like, you know, not like humanity as like on an individual level, more like humanity as a whole. So if you weren't part of his humanity, you were cooked. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Imperium is the best faction for mankind to survive now, but only because they killed all the other ones. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's like the whole thing's just a massive hypocritical thing, right? Like he wiped out all religions since the whole last church thing, and yet he is the God King Emperor. Although that's not really his doing, is it? Like that's more of a after getting sat on the golden throne effect, right?
Yes, but I mean the Emperor was. Oh my God! Ow!
What the fuck? I don't know if you can see what happened to me then, but that was a wild ride.
I almost got ping ponged.
This school is as hopeful as a summer breeze.
That was literally just surfing a Ravener through the air. That was crazy.
Rearming.
Bridge is up.
All specs ready to scan.
Finally through that damn grid.
Rowboat girly man.
Robot girly man.
He's so is he like actually back now?
Yes, he is. He's actually the de facto ruler of the Imperium at this point, to the irritation of many. Because
where is he based?
He is on. Well, right now he's leading the Indominus Crusade because he basically came back and said we're gonna go retake territory in Persian Xenos and stuff like that. I mean,
is that the whole 500 worlds thing?
That's what they're asking them to do. Is basically Titus is going to Ultramar, the Ultramar sector, That's where all the Ultramarines are from. That's basically Rabute Gilliman's homeworld, effectively. Or home sector. And he's like, okay, there was while he was gone, a bunch of shit went down. Death Guard moved in, Necrons are there, Tyranid invasions, and he's like, okay, clean this shit up. Take back these Finders of Worlds. It's not just Titus, but I mean, he put Titus as a warden, so basically Titus is just maintaining what they've captured, but he's trying to retake it. And that's the whole thing
How
there.
long was Rabute gone?
10,000 years. He was gone.
Oh, he
for...
left on the heresy. He
well,
defeated,
he
right?
got...
He
Oh,
just
no, he
disappeared?
got mortally wounded.
Oh, yeah, okay. I did know that, actually. Because it's not that he came back, he was more reborn, right? Or...
Yeah, he got saved by the Eldar, actually. It's kind of funny.
Right.
And he came back and he was like, wow, this is fucked up. That's basically his first thought on the Imperium. Because he when he was around, the Emperor said, no religion, guys, none of this crazy shit. All right, we're going to be a pretty, like, it was more or less a proper government. And this one's like some horrifically bureaucratic pile of garbage that has a bunch of insane zealots in it. It's like, all right, this sucks. Didn't even know what to do with it. A nerve throw.
Yeah, not very good when we've got 2 melter rifles. I'm sure we'll manage.
Yeah, aspects. I have the super one.
Funny enough, the little bit of lag that I am getting, I only notice it when I hit something and it's slow to react to my hit. All the animations of things attacking me don't feel off at all.
I think those
Like
are client
parries
side.
and-
Might be one.
Like when, yeah, that would make sense.
I don't know if that works at all. Just talking about my ass. Maybe though. I have noticed the lag is weird in this game.
Well, you're not wrong in there being a weird discrepancy between client and server side, because I know from PvP what happens on your screen with bolters, what happens client side gets applied to server. So if you're lagging in PvP and someone still hasn't run around the corner on your screen because you're half a second behind, if you just blast him loads, he will run behind the corner on his screen and take all the damage that you dealt to him from your screen pre-corner. Like, having lag is an advantage in PvP. It's so dumb. The only thing that lag affects in PvP on client side is plasma projectiles for some reason. Bolts are hit reg, plasma is projectile. When you shoot a plasma weapon with lag, it takes that lag amount of time to leave the gun. It's really weird. I've made it an exception for one thing but not the other.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was like a weird discrepancy, because that's 99% of things in this game. There you go.
Oh, you took care of the new effect nicely. Just chilling over here with a couple warriors.
Stealthy Xenos can hide, but not for long.
It was almost very not nice, but
Ah, you're fine.
almost.
I'll punch him for you, lad.
They risked it for the biscuit in that one. I just sat there in the shout and shooting them. The thing about Melta is you actually get your HP back very easily. Oh, HP, that's why I like
Yeah,
it
it's
on
a
this.
safe way to play.
Very good weapon now. Also very strong on Vanguard just because he has so much damage reduction on low HP that he can really just chill at 30%.
Yeah, I think it's funny when I think of classes and their balancing, I almost exclusively think of it from a siege perspective because it's like the end game in terms of like content difficulty. So I never rate Vanguard as being like defensively strong because it ends up moving into the one-shottable category like eventually.
I mean,
But
he gets like a
really
45% health damage reduction. At,
yeah, it's pretty
I would say if stratagems had a true solo proper, they would be the hardest content in the game.
Oh, some of them for sure, dude.
Like
when you've got like, some of the ones that have been added together are horrible. Like not being able to dodge and only, sorry, not being able to dodge, not being able to parry, and having like no armor, lower health, stuff like that. It's just you can't even play the game. Like, none of your muscle memory works in any situation. You're just praying. Sorry, I fucked you up there.
We are victorious over the Xenos threat. All specs ready to scan.
I had a friend who said Chaos will win in the end, but whether it's the Chaos God or the Emperor saying the Chaos Godhood, it's up for debate. Good point, Fake.
How do you think they'll do an SM3 500 worlds sort of setting? Do you reckon?
I think 500 worlds is going to be done by the time Space Marine 3 comes out. Probably whatever happens in 500 worlds will likely, because it's a narrative expansion, so like it will probably wrap itself up when it actually comes out.
Right.
And then after that, like whatever is left over from that will probably be the story for Space Marine 3 and beyond.
Makes sense.
Imagine.
Don't know why I was like, maybe they'll do like, maybe they'll have like randomly generated worlds, but that sort of stuff gets boring so fast.
I saw people talk like Helldivers, and like, dude, guys, like, that's not what's happening in this game just yet.
I've heard
Space
so many
Marine-
people.
What were
Sorry,
you
go,
saying?
go,
What
go.
were you saying?
Ordnance in place.
I was just
implore you.
I've had so many people trying to get me into Helldivers, and I keep trying it, and I keep going, "Ah, I'm so bored already.
This shit is ass, pretty much. Yeah, that's
I mean, I don't put it like that, but that's how I feel.
It is ass.
Yeah, it's I'm never gonna be big into that game.
Have fun.
So starting it was fun. I feel like it would have been really fun to start with, like, to discover the game when it came out, or with people who were also discovering it. Because then they wouldn't all know the tricks and things like that. Like, I feel like half the fun in that game is figuring out the goofy stuff you can do. But when everyone knows it, it's like, okay, it's all been done before.
Oh shit.
Talassa, I have multiple swarms.
I actually made a few Helldivers videos back in the day, and I was like, this is just
Deal with them swiftly.
not my thing.
Not get another shot
Yeah,
at
I
us.
wasn't about
not
for
fun.
its launch.
I don't care about the universe that much. I don't care about the gameplay that much. And the community in that
memes.
game. The memes are funny.
Brothers, it occurs to me.
A lot of the, I know a lot of the
Community.
content creators for it, but they're very nice. I know they keep playing that game though.
Yeah, the only content creator I know for Helldivers is Maplewood from Twitch, because he was kind enough to raid in a couple times when I was like really starting out in Space Marine, because he picks up, like, when a new game comes out, especially like third persons and stuff, he'll pick it up. So when Space Marine came around, he was like, you know, he had like 500-600 people watching, and raided in when I had like 30 people. It was very cool.
Nice of him. Maple's also in the Dark Tech Creator Program. I know that.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I see him there all the time.
That makes sense. Definitely a space a Warhammer enjoyer.
I know he played Space Marine for a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Like, oh!
He fell down.
Wait, what?
I've had that happen to me.
I thought I was gonna get insta killed then.
You can pull up to that, I think.
Link your armor to the Mechanicus device. You will need to keep close
I had no
proximity to
idea
the
I could get
charge
down here.
extension until
Oh,
the
shit.
reset is complete.
Is there an object to pull back to?
Yeah, I
Can,
think
can
I
you,
need
can
a
you
zone
grapple
throw.
back up? There's one
I'm
over
trying
here.
to get the zone throw. Yeah,
Or I killed him.
he's just not up in the air enough. I had no idea. I landed on the railing and I was like, wait a minute.
I had that
Does
happen
this
to
mean
me
I
on
can
the
get
new
hit by
map.
the train?
Maybe. I think
Wait,
it's
how
gone.
far can I go? Have you ever seen this before? I've never seen this.
I've seen this on the new map. Happened to me on Assault. I was able to jump back up.
It stops fighting me down here. It's fully interactable. I mean, I'm not one to waste an opportunity like this. I'm gonna see how far I can go. I gotta warn them in the city. It's about to blow up. Wait, did it just insta-complete?
Oh, that was impressive. I didn't hit any of them. Alright, I'm up here if you'd like to,
Oh! I may have encountered an issue.
I left one up,
Okay.
so maybe I'll be able to jump back up.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I may have fallen off the map, but it kind of respectfully placed me back on the map. So that was nice.
Game will do that? That's shocking. I said it's official. Hayes likes trains.
Yeah.
Train lover, Iron Warrior fan. I might be the only one in chat to understand this, but I hope if we still do play Captain Tight Space for Theory of the Order units such summon formations.
I finished my adventure.
I mean, we're definitely gonna play as Titus in Space Marine 3. There's zero chance we're not. He's on the front cover of it.
And I almost made it like the whole way to the Hive City.
Wait, did you actually?
Yeah, I went for a full-on run, dude, and then I fell off the map, and it placed me back after I fell through it a couple times.
Or we're sending the train.
I know. I was saying I went to warn them, but yeah.
They had to warn the entire Hive City. That's how Akron died. Gene Stealer cult. You wanna play as Leandros? Get out of here. Leandros, man.
I think Vanguard Melter was my first like PvE combo. Like when I was learning Siege and stuff, basically just Vanguard with a Melter.
I had a lot of people like swear by it to me. I'm like, Vanguard at the time, next patch, probably do way more. But
I think it's just very simple to use, and it's kind of like fast paced, and you don't have to aim.
He and Bulwark are definitely the two easiest classes, I think.
Yeah, Bulwark is a weird one. I sometimes wonder about how easy it actually is. Like, because it does have different windows, like because of the whole block mechanic there. The windows feel different. Like, because
I don't think he feels different at all. I think he's just every other melee class, but tanky as fuck, and can block.
Well, the thing that catches me out is the fact that the parry activates on button release or press. So like with every other class, as soon as you press the button down, parry animation starts. But with Bulwark, because holding it does a block, you have to actually release the key to do the parry.
That is. I've never noticed that at all because I just double tap my key. That's all I do.
That's yeah. That would yeah. There you go. Would make sense. I got to where the train is.
Wait, do you press your C key once to parry?
Brace for shockwave.
Out of curiosity. But like that, I haven't. Somebody told me ages ago if you double tap, you get the parry significantly easier on Bulwark. And I was doing that, everybody.
No. Firstly, my parry button's on the side of my mouse.
What the fuck?
And I don't double tap it now. Just press it.
Interesting. That's just a habit I had. I find that just makes your parry like guaranteed to come out.
Yeah, that's probably a really good shout actually. That would make sense. Maybe I just need a lesson. I've got people offering to teach me in chat.
Put down a list of things that people probably know in this game. That's definitely. I mean, it's not something you really think of in the game because it usually doesn't matter except for Bulwark.
I'm the best shitty player, or the shittiest best player.
The shittiest best player in this game.
I can do some really good things in this game, but I also have like the most fundamental gaps in knowledge. It's a little embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah, I don't read the fucking patch. I don't even read the patch notes sometimes. I'm just kidding, I do. But yeah, they're definitely a ton of things. Nobody knows everything in the game. And this game is very simple, so imagine that for an even more difficult
Yeah, I
game.
know.
It's just how it is. All right, that is probably enough for me today.
Yeah, I'm getting
That
kind
was
of
a good
hungry.
one. I'm definitely hungry. Going for 3 hours. That's fun. We got way more than I thought.
Easy.
That was cool though.
Roping them back in for more.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
I will.
GG's.
I'll send my homies over to you, and
I appreciate it.
I will probably just dip. Then that is good.
Yeah,
How
all
the
good.
fuck do I even do this? I just want life.
I think you got to end the collab first, and then
All right, we're in a Discord
Good
call,
after.
so it never really ends.
the fun never stops.
The fun
I
never
can't believe
really
I
ends.
got him Flesh Terror's outfit for you. This is the most disgraceful thing
Oh,
I've
you,
ever done.
you
in
don't
this
like
game.
the flesh there?
No, so there's like PvP backstory and drama and shenanigans with
Oh, God.
with the team called the Flesh Terrors. So yeah, it's funny at this point, but it's a bit of a meme.
That's usually lost his will to live. The lack of double tapping from Hayes.
There you go, get me back in my Dark Kraken outfit.
I was trying to raid somebody the other day. I was trying to raid Gorbachev while he was on, but I typed in a different Gorbachev, and it wasn't even the right
Oh,
one. It
no.
wasn't even the right one. It just sent some random guy that was off the line. I was like, what the fuck?
Oops.
All right, guys. All right. Goodbye. That's all for me, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Peace. And take it easy, Hayes.
Big
Of
cheese,
course.
man.
Thanks for
Yeah, you
thanks for hanging
Take
out.
care, man. Yeah, you too, dudes. Do it again.
Guys, check out Hayes, man. Twitch streamer extraordinaire. Purple guy. Actually, no, green guy. Purple, green guy that wears
I
purple
believe it's
stuff.
I believe it's teal technically.
Really depends on the day. Sometimes he wears weird shit.
Yeah.
All right. That's all for me.